A pleasant afternoon to everyone and welcome to the draft show of the Nationals Call of Duty Mobile Philippine Open. I am your host for today, Brigida, and together we shall be witnessing the first ever draft league para sa ating Call of Duty mobile conference. It's very exciting to see how things will be unfolding from this point onwards, but we have to acknowledge that we won't have the Nationals without the teams that made it into the league. Our professional teams, along with their representatives, will finally get to choose from our pool of draftees today mismo yan that have proven their skills and their worth, that they are worthy talaga to be given that title of a professional player. So without further ado, let us also call in our casters who will be accompanying us today. That's Kuku TV and G10. Dito tayo.
And andito na nga kami. Ako po si G10, coming at you with me si Kuku TV. Salamat Brigida for your introduction. And ito na nga Kuku, for the last 2 days, we've had the draft series dito sa The Nationals. And medyo nakilala natin, no? Yung mga players na pwedeng i-draft ng mga teams natin ngayon. Excited ka na ba?
Yes, sobrang excited ako. The first ever draft day for the Nationals Call of Duty Mobile Philippine Open. And I'm excited. Sino nga ba yung magiging first pick ng mga pro teams na meron tayo dito? And again, G10, I'm so excited as well on who Smart Omega will pick. Kasi balita ko, sinisikreto sa akin to ni Coach Jay ng Smart Omega.
Oo, the other Jericho, kasi ito si Jericho din yan, si Kuku, if you guys didn't know. But si Coach Jericho, sabi nga niya, di ba, they're only going to pick up one person, one player for Smart Omega. Pero the rest of the teams, the rest of the 5 big 6, they're going to be picking up their entire teams today. No? So gagawa sila ng squad galing sa mga players that competed in the draft series.
Totoo yan. So they are only gonna be picking one, so that only means na maglalaro dito din sa The Nationals Call of Duty Mobile Philippine Open yung players na sila Whoopi, Idra, Risky, Rage at saka si Kendi, the champions of Garena Masters 3. So makikita natin sila dito, so it's gonna be so exciting for the viewers and also for the fans of Call of Duty Mobile.
Yeah, one of the best teams, if not the best team ngayon sa Pilipinas is going to be joining us with one extra for Smart Omega. Pero still, for the rest of the teams, nako, they're going to make some dreams come true. Mga pangarap ngayon, Kuku, magiging totohanan na.
Totoo yan. Kung merong ng mga teams na nababasa ko, LFO, looking for organization, ito na. Sila na mismo ang pipili sa mga players or sa mga semi-pro, pro players na naglaro nga noong draft series noong weekend. And right now, today is another day for these players, the likes of Susano, Young Jay, we have also Kalo or si Clue, di ba? Ang daming mga players na possibly na maging first pick. Sino nga ba ang magiging first pick for today's video or for today's draft day? G10, ikaw ba meron ka bang like insights or maybe prediction kung sino nga ba ang magiging top number 1 pick for today?
Number 1 pick for today. Medyo mahirap-hirap yun, Kuko. Pero I'm gonna tell you guys some of the players na medyo I was watching during the draft series day 2 kahapon, no? So, Joshua and Josh, dalawang version ng Josh, no? Very, very strong snipers but also great riflers, no? Another person from Tyrant, I think, was Ryukish, an S&D specialist, no? Na I think would be very, very good in a team that was a little bit more slow-paced. Isn't that right, Brigida? Pero I'm getting ahead of myself. No? We're getting ahead of ourselves medyo dito. Ano ba yung draft series natin?
Yeah, I can actually feel the excitement coming in here from G10 and Kuku TV as they've already been mentioning a lot of points that they're looking forward to see for today's draft. Pero of course, again, kailangan muna nating balikan kung ano nga ba lahat ng ma-witness natin for today. And dun sa sinabi ni G10, a draft series is a standalone tournament show match na binubuo ng 6 na teams na galing sa Challenger Series at 2 naman na galing sa Academy Series. So all 8 teams or 46 players yung susubok sa kanilang galing para sa opportunity to be scouted by the Nationals professional teams. And this is that particular day for us to see kung sino-sino sa lahat ng 46 players na yon yung mapipili finally ng mga professional teams natin later on. And for our format, Kuku TV, paano naman yung format natin? Share din yan.
Well, yung format na nangyari actually nung weekend, we have the draft series format. basically they were split into two groups. Kaya nga nagkaroon tayo ng day 1 and day 2 for the draft series, and then syempre naglaro sila sa double elimination tournament across both days in a best of 3 series, with the group finals to be played in a best of 5 format, upper bracket team having that 1-0 advantage.
Ayun nga. And finally, yung draft series natin. Let's learn more about it dito sa video.
Yeah.
This is the Call of Duty Mobile Philippine Open 2022, powered by the Nationals. We're headed to a draft series of our tournament, and so far, we have found some of the best players vying for a spot in our Pro League. Here's what to expect in the next stages of competition. The draft series will consist of 6 teams that advance from the Challenger Series and 2 teams that advance from the Academy Series. The 8 teams will battle it out for the opportunity to be scouted by the Nationals professional teams. They will be split into 2 groups and play in double elimination tournament across both days in best of 3 games, with the group finals to be played in a best of 5 format, with the upper bracket team having a 1-0 advantage. At the end of the exhibition, the 6 professional teams from the Nationals will draft their players of their choosing from the draft series teams according to their roster requirements. Once the Nationals professional teams have drafted and filled their rosters, the 6 teams will then battle it out in our Pro League. Starting with the play-ins, a 6-team round-robin will be played with best-of-3 matches. The top 5 teams will be decided by their win-loss record and will advance to the group stage. The 5-team group stage will then be played in a round-robin of best-of-3 games. The 5 teams will then be ranked according to their win-loss record to determine their bracket and the playoffs. The top 2 teams will advance to the upper bracket, while the other 2 teams will be placed in the lower bracket. The playoffs will be a double elimination with best-of-3 games. In the end, the grand finals will be a best-of-5 to determine which team will be our Call of Duty Open 2022 champion. To learn more about the Call of Duty Philippine Open powered by the Nationals, like PH Nationals on Facebook and other socials to stay up to date on the league. Good luck to all our players and teams, and see you on stream.
Enemy down.
Now, we've seen how the tournament format goes, and moving on to the most exciting part, we're definitely looking forward to for today. That is the draft lottery na medyo pinili na rin natin yung order last Saturday. The sequence by which the teams, the professional teams, will be choosing their players was already determined last Saturday, and this is the order by which we will be following today's draft pick. For first pick, we will be having Happy Feet Emperors. Second pick, STIE Olympians. Third pick, Smart Omega. Fourth pick, Signal Ultra Warriors. Fifth pick, Laos Playbook Eagles. And last pick will go into the hands of Bren Esports. So this is definitely a day that we must be really watching out for, especially as we will never know kung sino yung mauuna dito sa mga players na to, lalo na kung maraming mga nakabantay sa mga players na to, at talagang kung sino-sino na lang yung magsasama from their original teams at the end of the day. But before we move on into that, we will have to throw this first into a short break, and for more news and updates, VODs, highlights, and more, be sure to follow the Nationals on social media. That's facebook.com/PHNationals, at PHNationals on Twitter and Instagram, and of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/TheNationalsPH. Don't go away. This is the Nationals Call of Duty Mobile Philippine Open, and we'll be right back.
This is the Call of Duty Mobile Philippine Open 2022, powered by the Nationals. We're headed to a draft series of our tournament, and so far, we have found some of the best players vying for a spot in our Pro League. Here's what to expect in the next stages of competition. The draft series will consist of 6 teams that advance from the Challenger Series and 2 teams that advance from the Academy Series. The 8 teams will battle it out for the opportunity to be scouted by the Nationals professional teams. They will be split into 2 groups and play in double elimination tournament across both days in best of 3 games, with the group finals to be played in a best of 5 format, with the upper bracket team having a 1-0 advantage. At the end of the exhibition, the 6 professional teams from the nationals will draft their players of their choosing from the draft series teams according to their roster requirements. Once the nationals professional teams have drafted and filled their rosters, the 6 teams will then battle it out in our Pro League. Starting with the play-ins, a 6-team round robin will be played with best of 3 matches. The top 5 teams will be decided by their win-loss record and will advance to the group stage. The 5-team group stage will then be played in a round robin of best of 3 games. The 5 teams will then be ranked according to their win-loss record to determine their bracket and the playoffs. The top 2 teams will advance to the upper bracket, while the other 2 teams will be placed in the lower bracket. The playoffs will be a double elimination with best of 3 games. In the end, the grand finals will be a best of 5 to determine which team will be our Call of Duty Open 2022 champion. To learn more about the Call of Duty Philippine Open powered by the Nationals, like PH Nationals on Facebook and other socials to stay up to date on the league. Good luck to all our players and teams, and see you on stream.
Enemy down.
Ako si John Christopher Nama. Ang IGN ko ay NAMS.
My name is Adrian Lawrence Torres. Yung IGN ko is unknown.
My name is Simon Peter Passion. In-game name is Monsi.
I'm Bon Rafael M. Leonor. IGN ko is Bonito.
Hello everyone, my name is Mark Constantine Damasco. Ang IGN ko is Mako.
Hello, ako si Latrell Gameo Militsala. Ang IGN ko is Trelgad. Ang team ko is Dasig. Ang role ko po is Anchor.
Ang role ko ay support OBJ.
Support Slayer.
Slayer OBJ.
Ang role ko is OBJ Min.
Support OBJ.
Naghahanap ng players yung school ng FE Tech for CODM.
Try out talaga to. School team talaga kami. 3 pa lang talaga kaming original na magkakasama dito. Si Unknown, si Monsi, tapos parang nag-tournament sa buong Pilipinas sa mga universities. Nirecruit namin si Bonito. Tapos sumunod na sila Trell, pati si Mako.
Hindi ko talaga trip mag-try out. Parang hindi ko talaga siya gusto. Nag-sign up lang ako, parang as a trip lang. Nagulat na lang ako na natanggap ako dun sa team.
Bigla lang po may nag-PM sa akin na classmate ko if want ko daw po mag-tryout dito. Nag-tryout po ako and napili po ako, isa po ako sa pili.
Lahat po kami is from FEU Tech po. Nabuo po kami last year. Mga nag-tryout po kami sa school namin and kami po yung napili.
Schoolmate ko si Unknown, na-disband yung team ko. Tinatanong ko kung kulang sila ng isa, kung kaya pa ba, Tapos doon na po nagsimula.
Sa clan ko po sila. Nung nalaman po nung isang player nila na sa FPU din po papasok, sinabihan niya po ako na mag-tryout po ako dun sa team.
So yung most memorable moment ko is yung winning game namin sa semifinals para makapasok dun sa
Conquest po, yung LAN tournament.
Ng Akad Arena, all games.
Sobrang memorable po nun kasi po wala pong nag-expect talaga sa amin na kami yung mapapasok sa finals. Wala pa po kaming 6 months na nabuo as a team. Natalo po namin yung mga ibang university na matatagal na magkaka-team. And yung iba po doon may pro player pa. And kami po lahat amateur.
Actually, yung ina-idolize ko na pro player is nag-quit na ng CODM eh. Si OMGJC po. Ginaya ko na po yung mga HUD, yung sensi niya.
Si Heaven yung idol ko.
Meron po kayo na-idolize which is si Crush po. Si NRX Crush.
Si NRX Idra po.
Hydra po. From NRX.
ang ina-idolize ko na CODM player, Whoopi po talaga. If given a chance, mas gusto kong makalaban yung idol ko na si Whoopi.
I would like to battle against him.
Gusto ko po siya makalaban kasi po
Mas gusto ko siguro siyang kalaban. Mas matcha-challenge ako kapag mas malakas yung kalaban.
Lumalabas po yung potential ko kapag po mas malakas yung kalaban.
Gusto ko po siya makalaban at the same time gusto ko rin po maging kakampi.
If madraft man ako sa drafting day, ang message ko lang sa team is
I will try my best po.
gagawin ko naman po lahat ng makakaya ko.
Mas gagalingan ko pa pag na-draft ako. Mas iga-grind ko pa
Hindi lang skills talaga na technical, pati yung logical skills din i-share ko.
Kayo nang bahala sa spawn, ako nang bahala sa top. Team player ako.
Sa future fans,
Sa future fans ko po
Sobrang thank you kasi andyan kayo lagi para sumuporta.
Welcome back once again to the Nationals Call of Duty Mobile Philippine Open. And this is the moment that we've all been waiting for. We are now about to delve into our first round of the draft pick. So without further ado, let us please welcome the Nationals Commissioner, Mr. Ren Vitug, to tell us more about what's going to happen in our draft day.
Thank you, Brigida. So today is very exciting. It's an unprecedented event in terms of draftees, draft picks. So we are excited to bring these players together into our franchise teams and see them compete in our upcoming Pro League. So, mag-umpisa na ba tayo with our first pick? So it's just in. Our first pick for the National CODM Philippine Open. The first pick goes to Happy Feet Emperors, and they select John Kelly Manalang or Yop One from WPM Low Kings.
Wow! Yop won the first pick ever here in the Nationals Call of Duty Mobile Philippine Open. Again, nagbabalik kami ang yung casters, Kuku TV, together with G10. And G10, what do you think about that first pick?
Ayun, Yop 1 for Happy Feet Emperors. And nakikita ko yung stats dito ni Yop 1. No? Medyo, it's not super, what's it called? High frag, no? Pero mas objective player kasi si Yop 1. And I think in the Nationals, especially in yung format natin, no? A lot of hardpoint, a lot of S&D, medyo konti lang yung control. It's going to be very important to be able to have a player no super consistently on the objective. So good pickup kasi WPM Low Kings, that's one of the more strong teams na talagang lumabas during the draft series.
Totoo yan. And again, we're gonna go back to our commissioner, Mr. Ren Vitug.
For the second pick, STIE Olympians select Patrick John Segudo or PJ from WPM Low Kings.
Ayun, isa na naman from WPM Low Kings. Pinag-usapan namin ni Kuko to kanina na medyo pag-uunahan ng mga teams, yung mga players from WPM Low Kings, RTL Esports. So ayun nga, PJ gonna be the second player drafted dito for SEO. Ano masasabi mo dun, Kuko?
Well, PJ is one of the best teams, actually best players, individual players here in the series of players na meron tayo, yung listahan natin. And one of the top fraggers din, no? When it comes to hardpoint, and not just hardpoint, but also on SND and control. So he's an all-around player in my opinion, and actually nasa siya, best available player siya. Number 1 siya para sa akin, PJ of West Point Mamba Low Kings. So dalawa na ang nawala sa WPM Low Kings.
Yun nga, and yun, sinabi nga natin mag-aagawan sila. It looks like it's happening. PJ has the highest average kills sa WPM Low Kings in their draft series games. So I wonder kaya kung sino ang next na pipiliin.
Well, tignan natin kung sino nga ba ang ida-draft ng Smart Omega. I'm actually excited kung sino nga ba yung kaisa-isang draft ng Smart Omega G10. Sino nga ba talaga?
Yeah, let's get back to the commissioner to see sino nga.
For the third pick in the first round, Smart Omega selects Jericho Vibora or Young J from RTL.
Young J for Smart Omega, and that only means na buo na. Parang ano lang to, si Thanos, buo na yung mga Infinity Stones, mga kaibigan. Whoopi, Idra, Candy, Risky, Rage, and now Young J for Smart Omega. And actually, one of the best available players siya sa listahan ko. Actually, top number 5 siya sa listahan ko, Young J from RTL Esports. What do you think about this pick?
Ayun nga. So, Young J, as we're looking at the stats here, ang ganda ng showing niya, no? Very, very consistent in the hard point, and I think one of the best players for RTL, especially in S&D. I think that might be the specialty, no, ni Young J. That may be one of the reasons kung bakit kukunin siya ng Smart. You, again, need somebody who's very, very objective focused, good at especially in S&D na medyo contentious, no. There are S&D specialists dito sa pool natin. Young J may not be a specialist, no, pero sobrang ganda ng stats niya through the S&D matches that they've had. So, ayun, Smart Omega kompleto na. Signal Ultra Warriors, they're next up. Who are they gonna pick? Let's go to the commish.
For fourth pick in the first round, the Signal Ultra Warriors select Rachel Militsala or Trilgod from Team Dasig.
Trail God for Signal Ultra Warriors. Medyo surprising, no? May mga players pa dun sa top 2 teams na binanggit natin, pero I feel like medyo nakikita na yung potential ni Trail God kasi isa siyang collegiate player, no, from Dasig. And then, syempre, yesterday mga games ni Trail God, I believe that Signal Ultra Warriors were able to see na sobrang ganda siyang anchor, I believe it was, yung performance niya kasi, well, nung na-cast namin ni paring Coach Pika, I think he was always the last one alive. So what do you think of this pick?
Very, very interesting because this player comes from the Academy series.
Yes.
So again, it's not coming from the Challenger series, which is dun talaga yung mga magagaling na players na kilala natin na nakasali na rin sa mga big leagues. So Drelgod from Dasig, again, what an interesting pick for Signal Ultra Warriors for the fourth pick.
You know what? Medyo feel ko to kasi the Academy series, it picks up yung mga players that are on their way to the esports journey, diba?
Yeah.
From the first step, pero it's really good that they're already here in the draft series, ready to be drafted. Si Drelgod nga, his dreams will be coming true as a pro player. Pero up next, let's see who's on the option list for Laos Playbook Esports.
Yep.
Commissioner Ren.
For the fifth pick of the first round, Laos Playbook Eagles select Vince Salaya or Demors from WPM Lookings.
LP selects Demors, one of the best S&D players out there in the list of players na available. And now, nandun na nga siya, WPM Low Kings, tatlo na ang nawawala sa kanila. So, there's only gonna be 3 more left for them for WPM Low Kings na hindi pa napipili. And this type of player talaga si Demors, one of the top fraggers din when it comes to S&D. Ikaw, what do you think about this pick?
Yeah, I think S&D, magaling nga siya. But we also need to talk about how Demors is in Control. Kasi looking at their stats, Control, obviously it's not going to be one of the most played modes dito sa ating format of the Nationals. But it's still, one of the clutch modes. No? So if you have a player that's really good at Control, then you can medyo relax once you get to that Game 3 or that Game 5. So he has the best Control stats, for the entire team of WPM Low Kings. So not only is he good at S&D, magaling din siya sa Control. So that's 2 out of the 3 that you need some really, really solid players. Tsaka, not only that, ang ganda din ng reaction times niya. He's really good at hardpoint, just slaying and sliding. Diba?
Right, there you go. Fifth pick would go, or to the last pick rather, would go to Bren Epro. Let's go back to the commish.
For the final pick of the first round, Bren Epro selects Vince Lemuel Laganse or Luffy from WPM Low Kings.
mga One Piece fans, si Luffy, the King of Pirates, has been drafted. Mapupunta siya sa team ng King of Esports dito sa Pilipinas, sa Bren E-Pro. So, you know, the branding on point. Andun na. But let's talk about the stats. Kuku, what can you say?
Luffy, one of the best snipers actually na nakalinya nila Whoopi from Smart Omega. So again, we're gonna see Bren Pro having one of those best snipers. And when you talk about Luffy, actually nilista ko siya as one of the top 4 players. Actually,
Yes.
top 4 siya, just right above Young Jay. And again, this is a really good pick coming from Bren Pro. And again, dalawa na lang ang natitira for West Point Mambalo Kings. It's gonna be Clue or Kalo, and then si Olea na lang ang natitira sa kanila. May matitira pa ba for WPM Low Kings for the next round? Let's see and find out.
Yeah, kasi, well, let's tignan natin sa next round kasi I believe that closes out, no, yung first round natin of drafting. So far, I mean, a lot of WPM Low Kings have been taken. There's one player from Dasig and I think one from RTL, pero yun nga, Kuku, pinag-aagawan yung West Point Mamba Low Kings.
Totoo yan. And bago natin pag-usapan pa ng mas marami pa, G10, let's go back to Brigida.
Thank you, Kuku TV, for that. And again, napakarami na agad na naging sorpresa dito for the first round pa lang ng ating draft pick. But then, ang pinaka-highlight siguro talaga would be the one and only pick na kinuha lang ng Smart Omega, which is the first and last pick that they will be getting for today. And for the recap naman ng lahat ng mga naging players na nakuha natin for round 1, here we have it. For Happy Feet Emperors, that will be Yop1. For our Signal Ultra Warriors, that will be Trail God. For our Smart Omega Demors, Luffy rather. And again, all of these players, parang natatandaan ko pa na nakausap ko sila just a few days ago or just a day or 2 ago, since these were also the players talaga na napakaraming naging highlights, if I'm not mistaken, na marami ring mga na-shout out na mga players or yung mga buff nga na meron sila individually, and it's so nice to see them finally reach their dreams, or probably this is just the start of them slowly being recognized talaga in the professional scene. And with that, we will now be moving on to a short break because we will be witnessing the next round in just a few moments. So for more news, updates, VODs, and highlights all about the Nationals and more, be sure to follow again the Nationals on social media. That's facebook.com/PHNationals, at PHNationals on Twitter and Instagram, and subscribe as well to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/thenationalsph. Don't go away once again because this is the Nationals Call of Duty Mobile Philippine Open, and we'll be right back for another round of draft picks.
Ako si John Christopher Nama. Ang IGN ko ay NAMS.
My name is Adrian Lawrence Torres. Yung IGN ko is unknown.
My name is Simon Peter Passion. In-game name is Monsi.
I'm Bon Rafael M. Leonor. IGN ko is Bonito.
Hello everyone, my name is Mark Constantine Damasco. Ang IGN ko is Mako.
Hello, ako si Latrell Gameo Militsala. Ang IGN ko is Trelgad. Ang team ko is Dasig. Ang role ko po is Anchor.
Ang role ko ay support OBJ.
Support Slayer.
Slayer OBJ.
Ang role ko is OBJ Min.
Support OBJ.
Naghahanap ng players yung school ng FEU Tech for CODM.
Try out talaga to. School team talaga kami. 3 pa lang talaga kaming original na magkakasama dito. Si Unknown, si Monsi, tapos parang nag-tournament sa buong Pilipinas sa mga universities. Ni-recruit namin si Bonito. Tapos sumunod na sila Trel, pati si Mako.
Hindi ko talaga trip mag-try out. Parang hindi ko talaga siya gusto. Nag-sign up lang ako, parang as a trip lang. Nagulat na lang ako na natanggap ako dun sa team.
Bigla lang po may nag-PM sa akin na classmate ko if want ko daw po mag-try out dito. Nag-try out po ako and napili po ako, isa po ako sa pili.
Lahat po kami is from FEU Tech po. Nabuo po kami last year. Mga nag-try out po kami sa school namin and kami po yung napili.
Schoolmate ko si Unknown, na-disband yung team ko. Tinatanong ko kung kulang sila ng isa, kung kaya pa ba, Tapos doon na po nagsimula.
Sa clan ko po sila. Nung nalaman po nung isang player nila na sa FPU din po papasok, sinabihan niya po ako na mag-tryout po ako dun sa team.
So yung most memorable moment ko is yung winning game namin sa semifinals para makapasok dun sa
Conquest po, yung LAN tournament.
ng Akad Arena, all games.
Sobrang memorable po nun kasi po wala pong nag-expect talaga sa amin na kami yung mapapasok sa finals. Wala pa po kaming 6 months na nabuo as a team. Natalo po namin yung mga ibang university na matatagal na magkaka-team. And yung iba po doon may pro player pa. And kami po lahat amateur.
Actually, yung ina-idolize ko na pro player is nag-quit na ng CODM eh. Si OMG po. Ginaya ko na po yung mga HUD, yung sensi niya.
Si Heaven yung idol ko.
Meron po kayo na-idolize which is si Crush po, si NRX Crush.
Si NRX Idra po.
Hydra po from NRX.
Ang ina-idolize ko na CODM player, Whoopi po talaga. If given a chance, mas gusto kong makalaban yung idol ko na si Whoopi.
I would like to battle against him.
Gusto ko po siya makalaban kasi po
Mas gusto ko siguro siyang kalaban. Mas matcha-challenge ako kapag mas malakas yung kalaban.
Lumalabas po yung potential ko kapag po mas malakas yung kalaban.
Gusto ko po siya makalaban at the same time gusto ko rin po maging kakampi.
If madraft man ako sa drafting day, ang message ko lang sa team is
I will try my best po.
gagawin ko naman po lahat ng makakaya ko.
Mas gagalingan ko pa pag na-draft ako. Mas igagrind ko pa.
Hindi lang skills talaga na technical, pati yung logical skills din ma-i-share ko.
Kayo nang bahala sa spawn, ako nang bahala sa top. Team player ako.
sa future fans,
Sa future fans ko po
Sobrang thank you kasi andyan kayo lagi para sumuporta.
Patuloy lang kayo magsuporta. Hindi lang din sa akin, kundi sa magiging team ko.
Hindi nyo ako hinayaan at ginabayan nyo ako.
Hindi po ako gaganahan na maglaro kung wala kayo.
Lagi namin papatunayan sa inyo na may makikita kayong magandang laban.
Future basher ko naman, mag-bash lang din kayo ng mag-bash, mas lalakas ako dun.
Doon lumalakas ng tao.
Tuloy nyo lang yan. Gagawin kong inspirasyon yan at
bash lang kayo kasi nasa pro league na ako.
Hello, my name is Stephen Achenko. My IGN is Heis from BLX No Mercy.
Hi, my name is Clark Justin De La Cruz. Ang IGN ko po ay BLX Jess.
My name is Luis Andre Contreras Pabistan, as known as BLX Sky, and my current team is BLX No Mercy.
KG Vincenzo Deza, also known as Labzu.
My name is Vigo Monte Alto. My IGN is Eagle.
And my role is Hero BJ.
Ang role ko po ay Slayer.
And my role is support po.
My role is support.
Anchor.
Nung una po, meron po kasi kaming school team po. Naging ka-teammate ko po si Heis. Doon po niya po ako ni-recruit sa kanyang team po niya. Tsaka kaya po ako nakasama sa team nila.
Na-recruit po ako nung yung TC po talaga namin kaso po wala po siya sa lineup ngayon.
Actually, I was in this team for like 3 months ago and I left the team because I was joining a tournament here in Cebu. We disbanded and that's when he gave me an opportunity to come back.
Yung ina-idolize po si Whoopi po and si Young J po.
Yung sa Omega, si Rage po.
Si Jello. Kasi ang galing niya po mag-slim.
Sila po yung iniidolo ko po nung pagka-Slayer po nila.
Idra tsaka Young J. Ang galing nila mag-hold ng spawns. Di sila basta-basta mamamatay basta nag-hold.
Message ko po sa future teammates ko ay
Gagawin ko lang po yung best every game, every mode.
Message ko po sa mga future teammates ko po, kung madraft man po ako, is mas gagaling po po. Isipin ko po na parang last game ko na po.
I am dedicated and committed in playing and I can balance my studies also.
Gagawin ko po yung best ko po para po makakuha po kami ng madaming achievements. Message ko po sa future fans ko po, grind and grind lang po.
Grind and grind until your idolize become your rivals.
I want to thank them for the support they have given and how they have watched me grow playing and have given me the opportunity. Grind and grind until your idols become your rivals.
This is the Call of Duty Mobile Philippine Open 2022, powered by the Nationals. We're headed to a draft series of our tournament, and so far, we have found some of the best players vying for a spot in our Pro League. Here's what to expect in the next stages of competition. The draft series will consist of 6 teams that advance from the Challenger Series and 2 teams that advance from the Academy Series. The 8 teams will battle it out for the opportunity to be scouted by the Nationals professional teams. They will be split into 2 groups and play in double elimination tournament across both days in best of 3 games, with the group finals to be played in a best of 5 format, with the upper bracket team having a 1-0 advantage. At the end of the exhibition, the 6 professional teams from the Nationals will draft their players of their choosing from the draft series teams according to their roster requirements. Once the Nationals professional teams have drafted and filled their rosters, the 6 teams will then battle it out in our Pro League. Starting with the play-ins, a 6-team round robin will be played with best of 3 matches. The top 5 teams will be decided by their win-loss record and will advance to the group stage. The 5-team group stage will then be played in a round robin of best of 3 games. The 5 teams will then be ranked according to their win-loss record to determine their bracket and the playoffs. The top 2 teams will advance to the upper bracket, while the other 2 teams will be placed in the lower bracket. The playoffs will be a double elimination with best of 3 games. In the end, the grand finals will be a best of 5 to determine which team will be our Call of Duty Open 2022 champion. To learn more about the Call of Duty Philippine Open powered by the Nationals, like PH Nationals on Facebook and other socials to stay up to date on the league. Good luck to all our players and teams, and see you on stream.
Enemy down.
Ako si John Christopher Nama. Ang IGN ko ay NAMS.
My name is Adrian Lawrence Torres. Yung IGN ko is unknown.
My name is Simon Peter Passion. In-game name is Monsi.
I'm Bon Rafael M. Leonor. IGN ko is Bonito.
Hello everyone, my name is Mark Constantine Damasco. Ang IGN ko is Mako.
Hello, ako si Latrell Gameo Militsala. Ang IGN ko is Trelgad. Ang team ko is Dasig. Ang role ko po is Anchor.
Ang role ko ay Support OBJ.
Support Slayer.
Slayer OBJ.
Ang role ko is OBJ Min.
Support OBJ.
Naghahanap ng players yung school ng FE Tech for CODM.
Try out talaga to. School team talaga kami. 3 pa lang talaga kaming original na magkakasama dito. Si Unknown, si Monsi, tapos parang nagtutournament sa buong Pilipinas sa mga universities. Nirecruit namin si Bonito. Tapos sumunod na sila Trel, pati si Mako.
Hindi ko talaga trip mag-try out. Parang hindi ko talaga siya gusto. Nag-sign up lang ako, parang as a trip lang. Nagulat na lang ako na natanggap ako dun sa team.
Bigla lang po may nag-PM sa akin na classmate ko if want ko daw po mag-try out dito. Nag-try out po ako and napili po ako, isa po ako sa pili.
Lahat po kami is from FEU Tech po. Nabuo.
Welcome back once again, everyone. This is the Nationals Call of Duty Mobile Philippine Open. Today, we have been witnessing the draft picks of our professional teams, the players they will be choosing to join their lineups, and to gain or to have a short and quick recap on our first round, these are the players which our respective professional teams have chosen to join their lineups. So all these teams will be having their individual picks for 6 rounds except Smart Omega, which only chose Young J to join their lineup, which is a very huge highlight in itself. And with that, makakapanayam natin yung nag-iisang player na yan na pinili ng Smart Omega para sumali sa lineup nila. So tawagin na natin si Young J para makausap natin siya. Hello, Young J!
Hello.
Hello, ayan. So, kumusta ka naman? Anong nararamdaman mo muna na you're finally part of a professional team and ikaw lang yung kaisa-isang pinili ng Smart Omega?
Syempre nakakagulat and at the same time masaya kasi gusto ko rin sila maging teammates and sila kasi yung mga foundation ng Call of Duty talaga sa PH scene. So, Yun, actually ngayon di ko pa rin talaga, speechless pa din talaga ako kasi yun nga, ako lang yung kukunin nila tapos yun.
So parang sila talaga yung gusto mong mapuntahan. Tapos ngayon, makakasama mo na sila. Nakaka-inspire naman pakinggan yung kwento. Kung kaya naman, ano yung magiging mensahe mo siguro para sa bago mong team and sa mga bago mong magiging teammates?
Sa bagong teammates, siguro masabi ko lang is gagawin ko yung best ko to prove na you worth it na kunin ako. Na yung kaisa-isang pick nila sa akin mapupunta. I'll try my best to show yung worth ko as a player. Yun.
Yan. And of course, ano rin yung message mo para sa mga makakalaban mo? Because now that you are part of a professional team, lahat nung ibang pwede pa sanang kumuha sa'yo, magiging kalaban mo na rin ngayon. So, anong mensahe mo para sa kanila?
Siguro sa mga makakalaban namin, abangan nyo na lang kung ano sigurong namin, paplanuhin namin or gagawin namin sa upcoming tournament. Yun.
Ayan, maraming salamat, Young J, and good luck on your new journey together as a member of Smart Omega. See you!
Thank you.
At nakita na natin kung gaano kalaki yung mga ngiti sa labi ng mga players na napili na rin sa wakas today in our draft day. And we are bound to see more dahil papasok na tayo sa ating second round of draft picks. Kung kaya naman, wag na nating patagalin pa. Let us now welcome the Nationals Commissioner, Mr. Ren Vitug, to go on and proceed with our second round.
For our 7th overall pick and the first pick in the second round, Bren Ipro selects Waki Endre Endaya, or Waki, from RTL.
And welcome back. Bren Ipro now selects Waki from RTL Esports. Another interesting pick kasi marami pang magagaling dyan na available. We have the likes of Susano, Shifra, diba? Doc Hayes for SND. No? There's a lot of other picks, but Waki, bakit nga ba si Waki, G10?
That's a good question kasi I feel like, si Waki, he's great he's pretty decent at slaying, pero I feel like mas OBJ player siya, especially when it does come to search and destroy. He does have he kind of middling performance in terms of kills, pero decent din naman yung team play niya dun. And when it comes to control, still one of the very solid players. I feel like, just all around maganda si Waki as a player. Has a lot of strengths, pero medyo hindi masyadong malalaki yung weaknesses. It's just that he's a jack of all trades, something like that, master of medyo Garena Master.
Pwede na kasi naglaro na rin sila sa Garena Masters before. Jack of all trades, Waki, that's the pick for Bren Ipro. Now, we're gonna move on to the next pick. Commish, pasok.
For the second pick of the second round, Laos Playbook Eagles select Juan Carlo Morales, or Clo, from WPM Low Kings.
Klo, Clue, or Kalo? May debate kami dyan kanina, pinag-uusapan namin. Pero finally, this player, Klo, Clue, or Kalo, however you want to say it, magiging drafted na siya para sa LPE. And he's going to be, joining yung teammate niya, si Demores. So, ayun, only, I think, 2 players lang ng WPM Low Kings ang magiging teammates dito. There is one more, yung sub, si Olea, I believe, pero hindi siya nakapaglaro during the draft series, so we don't really have a lot of data regards to Olea.
Yeah, definitely, and this only means that LPE or yung Laos Playbook Eagles would love to have at least 2 na teammates before, which will definitely help for the chemistry for later on. And like what we mentioned, Kalo or Klo is actually one of the best players na nilista ko actually for today. Top number 3 siya sa listahan ko, and that's a really nice pick for
Power pick.
LPE.
Definitely a power pick, no? As according to Kuku's rankings, power rankings ni Kuku, yeah, we're gonna make that a thing dito sa Nationals. Pero ayun, yeah, very good pickup. You definitely need some kind of synergy, so let's see kung yung mga ibang teams makaka-pick up din ng synergy. Komish, what do we got next?
For the 9th overall pick, Signal Ultra Warriors select Ken Christian Ortiz or Kenshi from Powerpuff Boys.
And Kenshi,
Yo.
ang actually aka Tuhugman. Yan yung binansagan ko siya na last year nung Eastern World Championship ng Call of Duty Mobile. So galing siya sa Blacklist International Ultimate before, now played for Powerpuff Boys, and then now napili na nga siya ng Signal Ultra Warriors. What a really nice pick actually for them. One of the best snipers out there then here in Call of Duty Mobile.
Yun nga, napansin ko nga, and I feel like nung nakita ko si Kenshi was being brought out mainly sa SND, no, ng Powerpuff Boys. So SND specialist coming in for Signal Ultra Warriors. Okay na okay yan. And as you said, Blacklist International dati has that experience. So definitely pwede siyang maging leader dito sa team. Pwede siyang maging one of the higher figures during a team. Maybe like the strategizer, the in-game leader. Mga ganun. Very decent pick up, especially since that is the first player natin that isn't from RTL Dasig or WPM Low Kings. Galing siya sa Powerpuff Boys.
Totoo yan. And bagong lahat, susunod na pick, Kumish, pasok.
For the 10th overall pick, STIE Olympians select Bart Andrew Balitao or Virus from God Zulu.
Ano yan? Nakakahawa ata yan ah.
Oo.
Virus galing kay God Zulu. Gonna be drafted into STIE Olympians dito, paring Kuko. Ito na, medyo we're getting into the meat of the draft. No, halos wala na yung WPM Low Kings. They've pretty much all been picked clean. Meron pang mga RTL players, but some of the teams, they're starting to get a little bit more, creative, mas decisive sa mga ibang mga pipiliin nila dito. So, medyo exciting. Now, what do you think of this pick in particular?
Well, for Virus coming from the team of God Zulu, he's more of an objective player. Yung hard point and control, I would say. And
Feeling ko Slayer din siya
feeling ko Slayer din siya. I mean, not just as the level of the PJs or Young J, diba? Pero still, Virus is actually one of the good objective players out there for hard point and control, in my opinion. And this is a really good pick for the team of STIE Olympians. He's now going to be together with PJ, which is yung nabanggit kong player din.
Yeah, another big fragger, another Slayer coming in. So, medyo mahapdi na agad-agad yung composition ng STIE Olympians. And the last team to pick dito sa round 2, Happy Feet Emperors. Komish, who are they getting this time?
For the 11th pick, the Happy Feet Emperors is taking Justin Diego Cecilio or Susano from RTL Esports.
From RTL Esports, Happy Feet Emperor selects Susano. Susano, actually, nasa listahan ko siya. The number 1 player for me, in my opinion. And again, what a good pick coming from Happy Feet Emperors, who actually got the first pick earlier, which is si Yope 1, yung pinili nila. So again, this is going to be good for Happy Feet Emperors for their future, and then whatever their pick, yung mga sumunod, sana magkatugma-tugma or magkaroon sila ng magandang chemistry.
Totoo. Kasi si Susano, guys, kung hindi nyo alam, bagit sa, kumbaga, di ba, may Luffy na tayo, may Susano pa tayo. Pero he is the primary fragger, the primary slayer para sa RTL Esports. So, ayun, malaking pickup para sa Happy Feet Emperors. Meron na silang, the big plays, yung mga lagi nakikita, 1v4, 1v5 sa SND. Kayang-kaya ni Susano. So, that is something to look forward to sa Nationals. Those kinds of situations na pag when the chips are down, Happy Feet Emperors is Susano lang natitira. Anong mangyayari? Makikita natin once the actual tournament starts happening.
Yeah, definitely. Parang meron tayong sinasabi dito na bahala na si Susano, no? Pero bagong lahat, guys, again, we're done with the second round. Balik muna tayo kay Brigida.
Thank you once again, Kuku TV. And as we've seen, meron na nga ring mga players dito na nagkakasama, pero meron din talagang mga nahihiwalay na ng sobra doon sa mga dati o matagal na talaga nilang mga nakakalaro. So this is very interesting and we're yet to see more of this in the coming rounds. Pero as of now, these are the 5 players na pinili ng ating respective teams para isama sa kanilang lineup. So for this round, and for the next coming rounds, we will no longer be seeing again players going into the hands of Smart Omega. They will only be taking one. Pero so far, these are the players for round 2 na sinelect na ng ating respective professional teams. And before we move on to our third round, meron tayong makakapanayam na isa dyan. Aabangan na lang natin mayat maya lamang. But if you want more news, updates, VODs, highlights, and more, be sure to follow the Nationals on social media. That's facebook.com/PHNationals, PHNationals on Twitter and Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/TheNationalsPH. Don't ever go away because this is the Nationals Call of Duty Mobile Philippine Open, and we will be right back for our third round of the draft.
I'm Lian Curtino, also known as C8 Z-Man.
I'm Ryan Galza, also known as C8 Dogface.
I'm Kyle Galve, IGN C8 Wadu.
Ako po pala si Joshua Edem, also known as C8 Josh.
My name is Sebastian Gertzi Victoria, also known as C8 Zunex.
My name is Luis Bernasol and my IGN is C8 Genas from C8 Apathy.
C8 Apathy?
C8 Apathy.
C8 Apathy.
C8 Apathy po.
Before po mabuo yung C8 Apathy, nasa J1 Scenic po ako. Kasama ko po si Josh and Duado.
Hindi po kasi maganda yung performance po ng team namin noon.
Medyo nag-alabo-labo na po yung team namin. Ayun po, napagdesisyonan po namin tatlo na bumuo na lang.
Nakausap po namin si Genos and si Zonex.
Sa past team po namin, nag-decide po kami ni Genos mag-leave po ng team.
Nagkalabon po yung dalawang team, kila Ziman po and sa amin. Tapos nag-chat po siya if bubuo po ba kami ng team. Sabi ko po, okay lang po kasi po may problem na rin po sa team namin.
Nalaman ko na naghahanap ng player yung Apathy. Tapos inisip ko kung kaya ko pa ba maglaro. Kaya tinanong ko sila, gusto nila ako i-try. Sumama ako sa kanila.
Yung most memorable moment ko po kasama yung team ko po is nung nakapasok po kami sa Garena Youth Challengers Season 2.
Garena Youth Challengers 2, yung kalaban po namin yung BBB Esport. 2-1 na po yung score nun sa control. 1-1 na lang po yung buhay. Hindi po namin alam kung sino yung nanalo nun. Bigla na lang sumigaw si Zunex na nice one. Tapos yun pala, kalaban po pala yung nanalo. Na-hype po kami, nawala yung parang pressure, natawa po kami.
Ang most memorable po yung GM3. Pinaghirapan po namin ma-qualify yun. After ilang hours, sinabi po sa amin ng admin na disqualified po kami dahil po sa mga age restriction po.
Yung message ko po sa future team ko is bibigyan ko pa po ng dedication and mas magpo-focus po ako sa pagpa-practice.
Mas i-prove ko pa sa kanila na hindi sayang yung pag-craft nila sa akin.
Pagpuputihin ko po, mag-practice at mag-practice.
Magbabatak pa po ako sobra and mag-focus pa po ako lalo.
Yung mga message ko sa future fans namin.
Kung meron man po kami fans, nagpapasalamat po ako sa kanila dahil sinusuportahan po nila kami.
Sa mga fans ko po, unang-una magpapasalamat po sa kanila sa pagsuporta sa akin.
Nabibigyan po nila kami ng motivation para po mas galingan pa po.
Hanggat may dedication po sila sa ginagawa nila, kayang-kaya po nilang abutin yung pangarap nila.
Hello guys, I'm Jericho Gertiza. Ang IGN ko po ay iPow. Tapos ang role ko po sa team, Flexi na Slayer na OBJ. Parang tutulong po sa lahat ng kulang sa team.
I'm Mohammed, yes sir. And my IGN is Mids. Nanggaling po yung IGN ko dahil sa yung Mids po, yun yung mismong nickname ko po. And my role in the team is OBJ po.
I am Kyle Lagdaan, I am Chief Rock, and my anchor po sa team is Anchor, tsaka po yung Commander. Actually po, parang nag-a-adjust naman po ako sa team ko po. Kasi for the past years na nagkakot po ako, papalit-palit po talaga ako ng goal. Nagpapalit po ako depending sa kailangan ng team, tsaka yung kulang po.
Yung playstyle ko po, mas gusto ko po yung nasa harap ako ng kalaban, in their faces always. Kasi parang fast-paced po ang gusto kong laro.
So nung una po, parang 2 sets of team po kasi kami. Yung kasama ko po si Shipra, then yung tatlo po namin, which is iPow, Virus, and Pepsi, sila po yung magkakasama.
Tapos parang nag-disband po kami nun. Tapos kinuha po kami ng Sector Zero Zulu, which is sila Ipaw, Virus, and Peps. Kinuha po kami ni Mitch, actually package po kami nun. Hanggang sa naging 5 po kami sa God Zulu po ngayon.
Then bago po mag-start yung GM, yung Garena Masters 3, doon po namin naisipan na parang ibo na lang po namin, magsama na lang po.
Tapos yun na po, yung naging katinggo sila, parang una pa lang naramdaman na namin yung chemistry. Tapos as a new team pa lang, pumapalag na po kami dun sa mga top tier teams. Kaya medyo tinuloy na po, tapos medyo bright yung future namin.
Kasi even before we were a team po, parang medyo close na po kami yung mga members. Kaya parang lang po kami, no, yung start po ng team namin, parang medyo hirap din po kami and nag-a-adjustan pa po and pagkakwentuhan po. And just having fun sa laro po. Nagmo-movie night po kami minsan sa Discord, nag-hangout, minsan kwentuhan, chill, TikTok.
Most of the time po nasa Discord po kami pag medyo late na po yung pag medyo late night na po. Parang nag-chill na lang.
Welcome back to the Nationals Call of Duty Mobile Philippine Open Draft Day, and we are now going into our third round of draft picks for our respective professional teams. But before we move on into that, we would definitely want to hear from a certain player na napili rin kanina going into Bren ePro, and that will be none other than RTL Waki. Kaya tawagin na natin siya rito. RTL Waki! Hello!
Hello po.
Ayan, okay. So, kanina, yung in-interview natin, former teammate mo din, si Young Jay. Tapos ngayon, ikaw naman ang ating kakausapin. So, medyo talagang nagkakahiwa-hiwalay na kayo, no? At malapit mo na rin siyang makalaban, actually. Pero before we go into that, ano muna yung nararamdaman mo talaga ngayon, especially na part ka na ng isang professional team that is Bren ePro?
I feel very happy po and excited kasi na makapaglaro ako sa big stage representing a big org.
Tama ka, napaka-big org talaga. Sobrang kilalang-kilala ang Bren ePro, definitely. And with that naman, given na you are going into Bren ePro, anong parang mensahe mo sa susunod mong team at sa mga susunod mong magiging teammates?
Sa susunod ko po magiging team, enjoy lang natin yung laro. Gawin natin yung best natin para manalo tayo.
Ayan. At eto na, ang medyo exciting din na gusto ko marinig sa'yo. Dahil makakalaban mo na rin yung ibang mga professional teams, which includes some of your former teammates din. So ano yung mensahe mo naman para sa mga makakalaban mo?
Isa lang po, may the best team win po.
Grabe, gustong-gusto ko yan at talagang parang may ngiti pa nakasama yung May the Best Team win po. So talagang nararamdaman ko na yung excitement ng mga paparating natin na laban. So I'm very excited to see you there as well. Good luck on your new journey as Bren Waki.
Thank you po.
Ayan na, nakita na naman natin yung isang napakagandang ngiti galing sa isang na-draft na player na naman. So I'm very excited to see once more the new batch of players na ipipick up ng ating professional teams. So let us now call on the Nationals Commissioner, Mr. Ren Vitug, to guide us in the third round of the draft.
For the first pick in the third round, the Happy Feet Emperors select Joshua Edem, also known as Josh from Team C8.
Eto na, Happy Feet Embers picking up Josh galing sa C8 Apathy. Now, this is one of the players yesterday na I was very impressed with. Kami ni Coach Pico were very, very impressed with. Kasi napakaganda ng performance ni Josh kahit anong role niya, kahit anong game mode. He was just picking up the DLQ paminsan-minsan and getting really good shots with it. So, very, very expected no na Josh would be coming in. Pero yung hindi ko in-expect is that it's this early, round 3 pa lang ng draft. Kuku, what can you say?
Well, what can I say? Actually, I picked him as the best player in C8 Apathy, which is yung
Fair.
team niya prior this one. But again, he's now going to be selected by Team Happy Feet Emperor. So now he's going to team up with Yope1 together with another West Point Mambalo Kingsman.
Yeah.
Na player. Well,
no, wait, no, it's Susano.
Susano pala,
From,
RTL. Yeah, RTL.
Yeah.
So, it's gonna be interesting kung paano nga ba yung magiging chemistry nila, especially nga na galing siya sa C8 Apathy. So, again, 3 different teams to na, alam mo yun, magja-gel together or will it gel together? Yun yung tanong dyan eh.
3 different teams, tsaka 3 big slayers, no? Kasi very, very big, high yung kill stats nila, at least in the draft series. So, with that being said, our next team will be picking up their next player. Let's see, Komish, who do we have next?
13th overall pick, the STIE Olympians select Cliff Owen Crisostomo, also known as Owen from PBB.
Owen for Team STIE Olympian, siya na nga ang napili nila. And coming from Powerpuff Boys, actually sila ay tinatawag dati na Triple V Esports. So again, magandang napili ngayon ng STIE Olympians. One of the good hardpoint players din. And at the same time, control. But then again, G10, what can you say about this pick from STIE Olympians?
I would say from based on yung performances na nakita natin yesterday during their draft series games, super solid na pick ito para sa STIE Olympians. I mean, Owen, very, very decent player. I believe OBJ din siya. Kung hindi siya OBJ, he's more of a flanker. At least from what I saw, he was always playing some off angles, trying to get into positions for the Powerpuff Boys. Pero hindi talaga siya nagsistay in the objective as much as other players. Yun lang at least yung napansin ko. But that just means na he's gonna be a little bit more active, a little bit more map movement heavy, and I think that will be serving the roster of STIE Olympians coming up to the nationals kasi they also have PJ and Virus.
Yeah, definitely. And again, for the next pick, it's going to be Signal Ultra Warriors. Komish, paso.
For the 14th pick, the Signal Ultra Warriors select Jerson Limel Espiritu or Aishi from PPB, hindi PPB.
Aishi coming up next ngayon. The Powerpuff Boys naman ang pinipilian ng mga teams natin. And I gotta say, deserved. Kasi Powerpuff Boys, they did pretty much go all the way, go the distance yesterday sa ating draft series. And you know, what I'm curious about is kung bakit hindi pa na-draft si Ronnie Mackie, because I would say that Ronnie Mackie had the, you know, the most standout performance, yung MVP talaga ng Powerpuff Boys yesterday. But you know, that will probably be coming up soon. But for now, Aishi, one of the more quiet members ng Powerpuff Boys.
Oh.
Quiet ng konti, pero just because you're not in the highlights doesn't mean you're not doing your job well. Napaka-objective player, a little bit quiet, pero keeps the team together.
Totoo yan, objective player tong si Aishi. Not actually, did not play S&D in the draft series na napanood nga natin nung nakaraan. Actually a really good pick for the team of Signal Ultra Warriors, but right now we're gonna move on to the next pick, which is going to be Laos Playbook Eagles. Kamish?
For the 15th pick, LPE selects Joshua Valdez or Joshua from Powerpuff Boys.
LPE selects Joshua, and that's one of the best available players na currently na ngayon ay nasa roster ng mga players na pwedeng pagpilian. And again, from Powerpuff Boys na naman,
Yes.
G10. So inuubos na nila yung mga players ng Powerpuff Boys. There's only gonna be 2 more left na si Yaku at saka si Ron ni Mac. What can you say about this pick?
Well, I gotta say, I think yung mga pro teams natin, they want some chemical X sa buhay nila. That's why kinukuha nila lahat ng Powerpuff Boys. But again, I mean, congratulations, no? Still in order para kay Joshua. Mga Joshua ng CODM talaga. I mean, from yesterday, Josh and Joshua, napakaganda ng mga performances nila. Very, very unsurprised na mapipili si Joshua dito. But I'm still surprised, hindi pa rin napipick up si Ronnie Mackie. And honestly, kasi si Ronnie Mackie had like the best Slayer performance, the best KDA sa, you know, Powerpuff Boys in yesterday's matches. And it just puzzles me, no, ng konti kung bakit hindi pa itong player na to nakuha while the rest of his team basically nakuha na.
Well, we will find out in the next pick kasi nga magpipick na dito yung Bren E-Pro. Kamish?
For the last pick of the third round, Bren E Pro selects Lian Curtino or Z-Man from C8.
Z-Man V-Man goes to Bren Esports VE Pro Team. And I mean, I gotta say, this was one of the players na pinagkakaguluhan namin ni Coach PK yesterday as well, because Z-Man, defensive specialist, put him on hard point, put him on control, and you know, he'll never step off. Tapak lang siya na tapak, but ang ganda ng depensa niya. All the angles, the entry angles, that he got it covered. I've seen multiple multi-kills galing kay Z-Man in yesterday's games, yesterday's matches. So, incredible pickup here. And another player galing sa C8, Apathy. Kuku, masasabi mo dyan?
Totoo yan. Actually, I agree with you with that. Hard point control, sino maasahan mo dito? It's gonna be Demorse, PJ, Young J, pero yung nilista kong isa ay si Z-Man. Z-Man is the key, mga kaibigan, is the man for Bren E-Pro, and things are, you know, shaking things up na dito, no? They got 3 already. For the rest, except for Smart Omega na nakakuha lang ng isa.
They have Smart Omega has all of their players, but the rest of the teams, half of the roster kompleto na. Makita natin medyo nagsi-shape up na. 'Di ba? Kuku yung mga teams na makikita natin. So with 3 players each of the nationals drafted, ano kaya ang mangyayari dito? Kasi you know, kulang yung mga slots sa players natin na nag-compete sa draft series. They're only picking up 31 players. Not today, but there were 46. So may mga iilan players na hindi makakamit ang pangarap nila this go around of the nationals.
Well, yeah, definitely. Again, for the others na hindi nga mapipick again, pwede naman silang mag-practice pa ng todo, and then maybe someday that they will be able to get snatched or picked by one of these organizations. But anyways, G10, so we're now halfway through.
Yes.
In the draft selection that we have right now. Marami pang available na good players here. Like you mentioned, Ron ni Mac. I also put here si Shifra.
Yeah, Shifra.
Na hindi
from
pa rin
RDL.
napipick. There's also Unknown from Dasig if
Dasig,
you're
yes.
gonna pick from the Academy series. So again, there's still a lot of really good players to select from, and I'm so excited for these teams or these organizations on who they will pick for the next few rounds.
Yeah, madami pang underground talent dito, no, Kuku, na hindi pa nadidiscover ng mga teams natin. But definitely, they've been doing their studying. And before we go into the next one, once again, let's welcome Brigida to bring us to the next.
Thank you, G10 and Kuku. That's right, we're now halfway through and marami pa tayong makikitang players na madadraft maya't maya lamang. So for all of the viewers right there waiting for their mga pambato, no? Just sit tight dahil marami pa tayong mga pipiliin later on. And for a quick recap for our round 3 picks, surprisingly filled with players from PPB and C8 that's a very dominating round, if I may say, dahil puro PPB talaga ang mga lumabas dito, and parang eto talaga yung sign na medyo maraming magkakahiwalay na for this draft day. Former teammates will soon be fighting against one another in the next tournaments to come dito sa The Nationals. So what more interesting way to create storylines for the next tournaments, syempre. At dahil dyan, meron tayong isa na namang makakapanayam in just a few moments. But before we go to that, if you want to know more news, updates, VODs, and highlights about the Nationals and other similar tournaments dito lang na meron dyan, be sure to follow the Nationals on all its social media accounts. That's facebook.com/PHNationals, at PHNationals on Twitter and Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/TheNationalsPH. And now, we are halfway through. It's getting more and more exciting as we are seeing these specific players getting drafted into these respective professional teams. So, kailangan muna nating huminga ng kaunti at magbalik after a short break. Don't go away. This is the Nationals Call of Duty Mobile Philippine Open, and we'll be right back.
Hello, I am Joshua Valdez. My in-game name is Joshua.
Jerson Espiritu. My IGN is Aceky.
Hi, ako si Owen.
Ron Cervantes. Ang IGN ko po, Ron Nimaki.
J. Rubio, aka Yahoo from Team Powerpuff Boys. My role is Slayer.
Ang role ko sa team ay Anchor.
My role is support objective.
Player and support.
My role is the objective player because I think OBJ is very unappreciated and I excel in OBJ as well.
Pagka-start pa lang nung Call of Duty, naglaro na ako nun, pero hindi ako yung ganun na na-addict sa laro. Minsan lang para like libangan kasi nag-aaral pa. Tapos may isang teammate ako doon na hinugot ako, parang niyaya ako, tapos naging competitive player. Tapos doon, napunta ako sa team ni Owen.
OG po kami talaga ng isa kong kakampi na yung name niya po is Eski. Tapos
nagkawatak-watak after nung Philippine Championship, tsaka after nung CGI.
Hanggang sa nagkawatak-watak po kami. Kasi po, umalis na yung iba, nakuha na po sa ibang team. So, naiwan na lang po kami dalawa nung Eski. So, naghanap po kami ng pamalit. Sila po yung nahanap namin. Tapos yung Powerpuff Boys po, gawa-gawa lang po namin.
Nung una, tinry na nila ako sa first tour na ng BYC. Nung nagpangalawang youth, then Garena Masters 3, tinry nila uli ako, then nag-fit naman ako, then yun, napasok na ako sa team.
After Garena Masters 3, my former team, C8 United, disbanded, but I was then recruited by our coach, Mac. I got into the team.
Dapat po talaga magkukwit code na po ako since nag-disband po yung former team ko. Former teammate ko rin po to si Joshua. Hinatak niya po ako since kinuha po siya sa Powerpuff Boys.
The pro player I idolize is Luffy from the Mambalo Kings. He was actually my former teammate in NV Prime.
Na-idolize kong pro player is Skird.
Skird ng Blacklist.
Pro player na ina-idolize ko, si Skird din. former teammate ko kasi malakas, humble, maano yung game sense niya sa game.
Indonesia po eh, si Clove po. Masarap po siya panoorin kasi consistent din po siya mag-Slayer. Kaya ko rin po siya naging idol kasi ka-role ko siya or Slayer.
Kung papapiliin po ako, mas gugustuhin ko pong kalaban po siya.
I think I would want him to be my enemy.
Para sa akin po, mas gusto ko pa rin po maging kalaban siya.
Kalaban na lang?
Gusto ko siya maging kalaban kasi
Masarap po talaga sa pakiramdam pag nakakalaban mo yung idol mo, mas gaganahan ka po eh.
It will motivate me to play even better.
Iba po yung feeling kapag natatalo nyo po yung idol nyo.
Kasi siya nakampi ko na eh. Gusto ko naman siya matalo.
To my future teammates,
gagalingan ko tsaka
magpapalakas ako.
Sana magtuloy-tuloy lang and walang magigive up.
sana mag-champion tayo.
Yun, good luck sa amin.
masasabi ko sa future fans ko,
If ever man mag-support kayo,
Salamat kung nakikilala ko nung iba.
tuloy-tuloy lang. Tapos sa future bashers ko naman, thank you rin.
Anything that you say will be used as motivation by me.
tuloy lang sa pagbabash.
Sa mga magiging supporters ko, thank you. Sa mga magiging bashers ko, thank you din.
Hello, my name is Justin Cecilio. My IGN is RTL Susano. My team is RTL Esports.
Hello, I'm Waki Andre Endaya. My IGN is RTL Waki.
Hello, my name is Jericho Vibora. My IGN is RTL Young J.
My name is Jello Herrera. My in-game name is RTL Jello.
Hello po, I'm Andre Nigodi from RTL Esports, also known as RTL CG and player ng team.
I play support captain.
My role is objective.
My role is sniper.
My role is anchor and sniper.
Since yung last team ko kasi, which was BBB Esports, we disbanded.
Magka-team po kami sa Sana, then na-disband. And sakto po, right timing.
Yung team namin parehas na disband.
Siguro, yun, we never really got lost sa contacts namin. Nagkakamustahan kami lagi and then, yun, nagkakwentuhan kami.
So we thought of joining BDR Esports, sila Jello, Young J. Nakapagawa ng plano na kami.
Nag-message po sila sa akin if gusto ko po mag-try sa RTL Esports. And ayun nga po, kilala ko na po sila dati pa and idol ko nga yun si Jello.
And sabi namin, why not try namin?
Mag-join forces. So, ayun, nagka-RTL Esports.
Malakas po yun eh. Si RTL Susano.
Ever since I was a kid, I already played Call of Duty sa console pa lang, sa PS3 pa noon. And ever since
Welcome back once again to the Nationals Call of Duty Mobile Philippine Open Draft Series. And again, as we mentioned, halfway through na tayo dito sa mga napipick na players natin. And we will be hearing from one of the players na napili dito ng STI or the player na pinik ng STI for the most recent third round. None other than Owen. Tawagin na natin siya rito para magtanong-tanong sa kanya. Ayan. Hello, Owen.
Hello po.
I can see the smile on your face. Halatang masaya ka rito. Medyo namumula ka pa ng kaunti. So, habang namumula ka pa at kitang-kita yung iyong ngiti, anong nararamdaman mo na kasama ka na ngayon sa isang professional team?
Ano po? Masaya. Feeling blessed. Speechless.
Speechless. Medyo nakahawa ako sa ngiti mo eh. Very contagious yung smile na nakikita ko sa iyong mukha. Pero dahil speechless ka na dahil sa sobrang saya, ngayon naman, ano yung parang gusto mong sabihin muna sa mga magiging bago mong teammates or sa bagong team na sasalihan mo, which is STIE Olympians?
Sa mga magiging teammate ko, galingan natin. Pakita natin na karapat-dapat tayo.
Ang saya. Ang saya niya. At parang ganito talaga kasaya siguro lahat ng mga natadraft na players natin, no? Pero yung kay Owen talaga medyo contagious eh. So, dahil masaya ka, doon naman tayo sa medyo seryoso na anong mensahe yung gusto mong iparating naman sa mga makakalaban mo. At marami dyan mga dating teammates mo rin.
Sa mga makakalaban namin, good luck. Galingan nyo.
Masaya siya. Ayaw niya siguro na magsabi pa ng kahit ano muna. Siyempre, Owen, training muna, practice muna. Basta good luck sa lahat, no?
Apo, good luck po.
Ipakita mo muna yung smile mo. One last time.
Hey!
Okay. Sige, maraming salamat, Owen. At makakapag-celebrate ka na dyan. Dahil ramdam kong gusto mo na mag-celebrate pagkatapos ng interview. Thank you! Ayan, kitang-kita na naman natin si Owen. Parang ako din, gusto kong magtatatalon pagkatapos ko siyang nakita. Pero hindi pa tayo masyadong pwede mag-celebrate dahil marami pa tayong kailangang abangan dito for the next rounds of the draft series. So, pumunta na tayo agad sa second half for the fourth round. Tawagan na natin ang The Nationals Commissioner, Mr. Ren Vitug, para samahan tayo dito sa next round.
For the 17th overall pick, Bren E. Pro selects Clark Justin De La Cruz or Jess from BLX No Mercy.
Bren E. Pro selects Jess from BLX No Mercy from the Academy Series. So this is a really interesting pick actually again. Kasi there's a lot of available players out there that are really good. The likes of Wadu, Zunex, Freezy, Jello, Ipao, Shifra.
Yeah.
Diba? Nakita natin yun sa comment section. Diba? Gusto nilang makuha yung mga players yun, pero we have Jess. Bakit nga ba si Jess, G10?
That's a good question. Kasi parang hindi natin masyado na-feel yung BLX No Mercy, diba? Sa draft day, sa draft series 1. They weren't, the best team. Pero still, the performances na shinow nila, especially apparently si Jess, was enough na na-notice siya ng Bren E. Pro. He's going to be the first pick dito sa ating fourth round. And yun, medyo nakaka-surprise nga kasi yun nga, madaming good players that are still around, that are still available. Rodney Mackey, Doc Hayes, Genos, the entirety of the rest of, I believe, BLX No Mercy, Dasig, a lot of them, madami pang players na available. So this is a very curious pick, but I like to see it. You like to see it. You like to see Academy players succeeding. So for our second pick dito sa fourth round, Commissioner, who do we have?
For our second pick in the fourth round and the 18th overall, Laos Playbook Eagles select Kyle Lagdaan or Shifra from God Zulu.
Shifra coming in from God Zulu will be the next pick up here for the Laos Playbook Eagles. And they got one of the best slayers of that team of God Zulu. Alam nga natin, ladies and gents, na there are some teams that are mas pinagkakagulo, but nagtataka lang kami ni Kuku kasi God Zulu, they have some very, very solid players. Tapos medyo ngayon pa lang sila nanonotice. They've all, Virus was taken, I think, round 2. If I'm not mistaken. And then now, round 4 pa lang, sumisipot yung next player galing sa Gadzulu, Shifra, who is their top slayer.
Yeah, definitely. Shoutouts pala kay kay Coach Pika na gustong-gusto na pick na mapick na tong si Shifra. And again, 18th pick si Shifra, and sa mga ibang sa sports actually sa NBA, like for example, yung mga 18th pick, yan yung mga dark horse na sinasabi natin na pwedeng maging MVP in the future or maybe the impact player.
May potential.
May potential here at the Nationals Call of Duty Mobile Philippine Open. So yun na nga yung pinik ng LPE. So Shifra will be joined by Demors, Clue, and Joshua. So napakagandang lineup yan, men.
Already. Diba? Sobrang solid na mga fraggers, and then you have, another big fragger to add on to that, si Shifra nga. So mukhang nakakatakot talaga. LPE coming in. So who's next? We have Commissioner to tell us.
For the 19th overall pick, the Signal Ultra Warriors select Jericho Gurtiza, also known as Ipao from Godzulu.
Another one for God Zulu. Ipao naman sa ngayon ang napick ng Signal Ultra Warriors. And that only means that yung God Zulu ay dalawa na lang ang natitira.
Yeah.
Si Mids na lang at saka si Pepsi. So again, we might see them be picked in the next couple of picks na meron pa tayo. Pero again, another one from God Zulu. Ipao, one of the actually best players here for the team of God Zulu.
Yeah, I mean, nakita natin siya in the interviews. He is also one of the slayers, one of the primary slayers ng Godzulu. Pero we did see na sinabi niya he's willing to do anything to you know play any role in order to help the team. So I feel like he's going to be a very big asset no para sa team niya, the Signal Ultra Warriors. Kasi you know he's got that winning mindset. He's ready to sacrifice his own comfort, his own ego para to benefit the team to make their chances of winning go higher. So I see a lot of potential galing kay Ipao, and I was just we were just talking about yung mga members ng Godzulu kanina, si Virus pa lang pinipick, and now 2 in a row pinik si Shifra and Ipao. So yun na lang, it's just Pepsi and Mids left for Godzulu. Maybe they'll get picked up for the next one. Let's see. Kumish.
For the 20th pick, the STIE Olympian selects Stephen Ochenko or Heist from BLX No Mercy.
Heist, buhay talaga. Pero ayan na, si Heist will be picked up by SEOE Olympians, the second player from BLX No Mercy to be picked up, and the third academy player pa lang na pinipili dito. So the other two were, I believe, Trell God and yung teammate ni Heist who was Jess.
Yeah.
Kanina na pick up na din. So ayun, Heist, the second best player in terms of stats for BLX No Mercy. And you know, very good pick still. Potential of the academy players. We've talked about this, pero still, so many good and talented players that medyo established na din are still left. Kuku, what do you think of this?
Another surprising selection here for Heist. And again, actually nilista ko siya in my analysis na si Heist yung best player for BLX No Mercy. So I think he really deserves to be selected for today's draft day. And again, right now for the next pick, Kumish, sino ang mapipick natin?
For the last pick of the 4th round in the 21st overall pick, the Happy Feet Emperors select Randall Red Rivera, also known as Perp from BLX No Mercy.
More academy players getting picked up, Kuku. Susunod na si paring Perp, which is medyo weird kasi according to our data, wala siyang data
Wala.
so far
For
in the
draft series.
Yes. But that just means na may alam yung Happy Feet Emperors na hindi natin alam. And I feel like they picked Perp for a very good reason. Medyo hindi lang natin ma-define, pero what do you think the reason could be?
Well, I mean, meron tayong tinatawag na secret weapon eh, no? Malay natin, ito na yung secret weapon ng Happy Feet Emperors na si Perp. So let's see what will happen next with this one. But then again, like what you mentioned earlier, na marami pang a good selection of players na available sa draft pool.
Yes.
We do have si Pepsi, si Genos, si Jello.
Doc Hayes.
Diba? Ang dami
yeah,
pa.
S&D specialists, you know, Ryukish. Actually, the entirety of Tyrant N6, parang wala pang nakukuha sa kanila. Dasig may isa na nakuha. So, you know, there's still one team I believe na hindi pa nakakuha ng any representatives inside the Pro League. But let's see, because we have 2 more rounds. But Brigida, what do we have next?
That's right, Jitan. We have 2 more rounds here. Kaya wag nawawala ng pag-asa yung mga supporters ng iba nating mga players dyan because we are yet to find out who will be the last few picks dito ng ating mga professional teams. But if I may say, this recent round number 4 was really a round na marami ang natuwa at marami ang talagang medyo nakahinga ng maluwag at kitang-kita natin yan dyan sa ating comment section, especially for those supporters here of those players na nakuha ng Signal Ultra Warriors and Laos Playbook Eagles. So papaano kaya ang kanilang mga nararamdaman ngayon? And I think we will be hearing from one of these players later on during the interview segment, of course. But then, before we move on into that, kailangan muna maghanda tayo at magpunta sa isang maikling break. But if you want to know more news, updates, VODs, and highlights here at the Nationals, be sure to follow all our social media pages. That's facebook.com/PHNationals, at PHNationals on Twitter and Instagram, and subscribe as well to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/thenationalsph. Don't ever go away because this is the Nationals Call of Duty Mobile Philippine Open, and we'll be right back after a short break.
My name is Carl Justin Pascual. My JN, N630. My team, Divinity N6. My role is Anchor. Pinili ko po ang role na Anchor kasi na-inspire ako kay Idol Idra.
Pangalan ko po, John Robert Miranda Cabral. IGN ko po, Long. Yung team name ko po, Tyrant Divinity N6. Tsaka po role ko, OBJ.
Hello, I'm Dave Saluna. My in-game name is Dave. I'm from Tyrant N6 and my role is OBJ. Pinili ko po tong OBJ na role kasi ito po yung nakakapanalo sa laro. Yung rinikot ko na tatlo kami. Ako po, si Yolo, pati si Kurt. Rinikot kami ni Adam kasi nakahanap sila ng tatlong players na papalit sa tatlong nawala sa kanila.
Gusto ko po maging pro dahil na-inspire ako kay Jay-Z.
Yung most memorable ko na sa team ko is yung nakapasok kami ng nationals. Kasi nahirapan na kami pumasok sa mga ibang majors. Tulad nung sa GM di kami nakapasok. Gusto ko maging pro pero kasi gusto talaga maging magaling sa isang laro, tapos makilala ng ibang tao. Message ko sa future teammates ko ay good luck sa atin, sana makamit natin ng pangarap natin na maging champion sa COD. Sa mga future fans ko muna, salamat sa pag-support. Sana magkaroon ng madaming supporters para ganun ako maglaro ng COD. And sa future bashers ko, di ko naman pinapansin mga bashers. Kaya okay lang, bash na ba ako?
Kung magkakaroon man pong fans, salamat po sa inyo. Tsaka kung magkakaroon ako ng basher, bahala na po din.
Sa mga fans, salamat sa suporta. Sa mga bashers, wala akong pakialam sa inyo.
Hello, my name is John Gaily Manalang. My IGN is Yopi. My team is WPM Lockings and my role is support OBJ.
My name is Juan Carlo Morales. My IGN is WPM Clo. Team is WPM Lockings and role is OBK support.
My name is Patrick John Sagudo. My in-game name is PJ and I play as the Slayer of the team.
Pangalan ko po ay Vince Lemel Laganza. IGN ko po ay Luffy. Team ko po ay WPM Lockings. Ang role ko po ay Anchor.
Hi, my name is Vince Angelo Salaya. My in-game name is Demors and I'm from WPM Lockings. My role is support.
Tapos, yung team na to, nag-start siya last year. Binuo ko siya. Ako yung bumuo sa kanila. nakita ko sila sa sa leaderboards and nakakalaro ko din sila sa rank game.
Nag-start yan yung ni-message ko si Captain Yopi last year. So, dun nabuo yun.
It was Captain Yopi who invited me to join the team, and I was actually about to step down on the competitive scene, but he chinat niya po ako, tas parang buo daw ang team, which is the very first lineup, and it worked very well. Our chemistry was on point and we continued.
Nung around June lang po kasi ako na-recruit sa Low Kings since nawalan po sila ng isang player, nag-quit po. Then, since veteran na rin po ako, so ni-recruit po ako ni coach since kilala niyo po ako.
And after a year now, we're here.
I chose to be a pro player because to earn some money and para pag may mga bagay na gusto ko, nabibili ko siya and di na ako humihingi sa magulang ko.
Na-try ko na yung ibang games like PUBG, ROS, ML. Pero sa CODM talaga ako parang napusuan.
Nag-try na po ako nung ROS dati, pero parang yung CODM po kasi is parang bago po siya yung playstyle niya, which is yung multiplayer, yung hardpoint. Iba po siya sa ibang barilan na mobile games. Tsaka passion ko rin po yung parang first-person shooting ever since nung bata pa po ako.
Na-inspire po ako ng mga sinaunang pro players, which is NRX Jeremy.
Welcome back once again to the Nationals Call of Duty Mobile Philippine Open. Napaka-intense no naging recent round 4 natin, and I'm sure excited na kayo para sa round 5 and 6. Pero bago tayo magpunta dyan, may kakausapin muna tayong parang fan favorite yata dito na nagmula sa God Zulu na ngayon ay Laos Playbook Eagles na walang iba kung hindi si Shifra. Hello, Shifra! Bakit tinatakpan mo ang iyong mukha?
Alam po.
Ayan, isa na namang masayang na-draft na player ang ating makakasalamuha. Pero medyo kita na natin yung saya eh. Pero anong iba mo pang nararamdaman na ngayon ay part ka na finally ng isang professional team?
Ano lang, sobrang saya po. Tapos at the same time excited po dahil sa mga laro na upcoming at sa mga magiging stages pa ng The Nationals. Sobrang excited lang po.
Ayan, kitang-kita ko nga yung excited. At parang na-excite na rin ako para sa'yo at sa lahat ng iba pang mga na-draft na players. Pero sumunod sa excitement na yan, no? Ano yung gusto mong sabihin sa mga magiging teammates mong bago at sa bagong team din na sasalihan mo?
Sa mga magiging teammates ko po, tatry ko best ko po para hindi po kayo i-disappoint. Gagawin ko po best ko po.
Shifra, gawin ka naman. Pero lang, ramdam ko yung saya eh. Kasi parang talagang na-interview na rin kita nung Saturday, pero yung ngiti mo ngayon ibang-iba talaga. At sumunod naman dyan, seryoso naman ulit muna, ano yung mensahe mo para sa mga makakalaban mo in the next coming tournaments dito sa The Nationals? Kasi sabi mo excited ka eh para sa mga susunod na tour na.
Yung mga message ko po. Good luck po sa ating lahat.
Hello? Parang hindi tayo makakakuha ng hindi tayo makakakuha ng parang hintayin nyo ko or mga talagang medyo siga kasi masaya talaga silang lahat eh. Pero sige, ano ulit yung mensahe mo para sa mga makakalaban mo?
I'm looking forward po sa laban, lalo sa mga farmer teammates ko po, sila Ipaw, tsaka sa iba po. Tapos, good luck po sa ating lahat.
Ayun, si Ipaw may special shoutout. Okay. Sige, parang yan mga former teammates talaga yung mga pinakakaabang-abang sa mga susunod na tournaments. Pero may special shoutout ka, no, kay Ipaw. Meron ka pa bang ibang gustong i-shoutout dahil nandun ka na rin?
May shoutout po. Si Lumpia, tsaka yung mga farmer teammates ko po. Pwede po kumuha po sa akin LPE.
Ayan. So, good luck and see you soon, no, para sa kanila. At talagang kaabang-abang yan para sa mga susunod na tournament. Kitang-kita ko na rin yung saya mo, Shifra. So, feeling ko kailangan mo na rin mag-celebrate pagkatapos nito. So, congratulations sa'yo and see you soon.
Opo. Thank you po. Bye-bye.
Napakasaya na itong si Shifra. Isa na namang contagious na tawa at ngiti ang ating nakita. Pero pakiramdam ko mas marami pa tayong makikita mamaya dahil papasok na tayo finally sa ating round 5 of the draft series. So tawagin na natin ngayon si Mr. Ren Vitug para samahan tayo for this second to the last round.
For the first pick of the 5th round, the Happy Feet Emperors select Muhammad Hamdan Ibrahim, also known as Pepsi from God Zulu.
From God Zulu na naman, Happy Feet Emperor selects Pepsi, and now God Zulu, isa na lang yung natitira sa kanila. Si Mids na lang. And for Pepsi, this are actually a really good pickup for Happy Feet Emperor. Itong player na to na si Pepsi is actually good for hardpoint and also for control, for basically objective player. Din tong player na to na si Pepsi. Ikaw ba, bakit nga ba deserving itong si Pepsi na ma-select na Happy Feet Emperors?
I feel like kasi si Pepsi identifies as a support din, no? Very supportive sa team, very ready to, give his utility, give his life. It means in order to serve the team, in order to make sure that his mga teammates do well, diba? And we have kind of seen that with Gadzulu's games, and hopefully, makikita din natin yan sa games ng Happy Feet Emperors because he's gonna be teamed up so far with Yop1, Susano, Josh, Perp, and ayun, Pepsi will be the 5th member ng Happy Feet Emperors. But before we go to the next one, I just wanna comment kung gaano ka-wholesome yung mga reactions ng mga players natin pag in-interview, no? Walang masyadong siga, walang masyadong ego. Everyone's just happy to be here. Everyone's just happy that yung mga pangarap nila nagkakatotoo na. So, the next dream to come true, Komish, sino nga ba?
For the 23rd overall pick, the STI Olympians select Sebastian Kurt Victoria or Zunex from C8.
Another support player gonna get picked up this time by the STIE Olympians, Zunex galing sa C8 Apathy, and that means na the supports are being kind of prioritized din dito at least this late in the draft because now the teams, they mostly have their slayers, their objective players. Now they need yung mga nagsusuporta, yung carrying the team on their back, not in terms of kills or frags, but in terms of help and utility.
Totoo yan, yung trend na nangyayari ngayon, more on the support players ang pinipili ngayon ng mga teams. And again, itong STIE Olympians basically selecting itong si Zunex from C8 Apathy. Again, one of the other teams na marami pang pwedeng available players na pwedeng pagkuhanan. Pero then again, there are still other available players left for C8 Apathy. Let's see if they will be picked on the next round. But again, for the next pick, Komish, sino ang pipiliin natin?
For the 24th pick, the Signal Ultra Warriors select Jay Rubio, also known as Yaku from PPB.
I'm sorry, it was me this time. My bad. Pero ayun nga, Yako gonna get picked up this time again by the Signal Ultra Warriors. Now, that naki-curious na ako because Yaku, great player, obviously, galing sa C8 Apathy. Sorry, no, not C8 Apathy.
Powerpuff
Boys, PPB. And I think he's one of the last players no, from Powerpuff Boys na pwedeng i-draft dito. I think only Ronnie Mackie. Which is weird because yesterday we were saying, man, Ronnie Mackie is so good, so strong, so many frags. But I guess that's not what these teams are looking for. They're looking for someone who can, flex their muscles a bit, who can be any role, who can play anything, and that is definitely going to be Yako dito para sa kanila. Pero Kuku, may napapansin ako.
Ano yun?
Yung Tyrant. Wala pa silang nabibigay na player dito sa Nationals. Paano kaya yan?
Well, paano kaya yan? We'll find out. Actually, I listed one of their best players na si Dave ng Tyrant N6. Well, again, let's see who will be picked next. Kamish, go ahead.
For the 25th overall pick, the Laos Playbook Eagles select Adrian Lawrence Torres, also known as Unknown, from Dasig.
Laos Playbook Eagles, they select Unknown from Dasig. Another one from the Academy Series, panglima na to for the Academy Series na mapipili nga. And actually, this is Dasig's best player.
Yes,
that
I would
played
agree.
in the draft series.
Yes, I would agree. Nakita ko yung mga gameplays ni Unknown kahapon and super solid siya. Kind of, keeping Dasig together kahit, if Dasig itself didn't really perform as well as I thought they would. Medyo lower bracket round 1 exit sila. But it was still a very decent showing, especially from Unknown. We were always, when we were looking through yung mga perspectives ng Dasig, halos lagi si Unknown yung nakikita natin may multi-kill, double, triple kills. Because he's really good at, again, holding the hard point sides. S&D is also very decent galing sa kanya.
So, kumbaga, mapa-spawn modes or just the S&D modes, maaasahan itong si Unknown.
Yes.
So, right now, next pick natin will be coming from Bren Epro. Kamish, who's next?
For the last pick of the 5th round, Bren Epro selects Andre Nico D, also known as Freezy from RTL.
Parang Kuku, nararamdaman mo ba yan? Parang lumalamig.
Oo.
Kasi Freezy has been picked up na para sa Bren Esports.
Totoo yan. And actually, in-expect ko na talagang mapipili ng atong player na to. One of the Slayers.
Medyo late.
Yeah, medyo late nga though. He's one of the Slayers and objective player coming from RTL Esports. So again, I was expecting him to actually be selected in the earlier rounds. But again, still, kahit na nandito na tayo sa 4th round, still
Fifth
good.
round actually.
Fifth
This is
round.
the last pick of the 5th round.
Yeah.
Konti
And
na lang.
kahit na nandito na nga tayo, still, it's a good pick coming from Bren Epro. So that only means na makakalaro niya dito si Luffy, si Wacky. Parang may trend tong Bren Epro.
Luffy, Wacky, Freezy.
Freezy.
Z-Man, Jess. Medyo nag-break lang.
Medyo nag-break lang doon. Pero again, the key, yung the trio, di ba?
Yes.
Meron sila for Bren Epro. Again, what a really nice pick for them. What can you say about Freezy though?
Freezy, hindi ko masyadong nakita yung mga games niya with RTL, but just looking from the stats, very, very reliable. One of the, I think siya na lang tsaka si Jello yung natira sa RTL, and we really did expect Freezy to get picked up just because, being part of RTL was something na, we were kind of expecting people na agawin talaga sila. But, the teams had other plans, but at least now, medyo late in the game, but still medyo expected pa rin natin that RTL will be giving Freezy sa the Nationals. And Bren, I think, just scored a very good player. But what do you think, Brigida?
Thank you, G10. It has been such a surprising round once again. As you've been mentioning, may mga nakikita tayong patterns. And at the same time, marami na rin ang mga napipick up talaga na support. So it's full of patterns dito so far sa ating nagiging draft picks. But we still have one round to look at. But before we go into that, here are the players na napick so far ng ating respective professional teams. Medyo nagkakaubusan na talaga tayo paunti-unti, and for the next round, that will be the last chance for all the players who are still waiting dito sa ating draft pick to get into their dream teams or to get and achieve their dreams as professional players. So talagang yan ay ang pinaka hinihintay din na round, especially for those who still have to wait kung matatawag ba sila rito or hindi. But before we go into that, we will be having a short break. And if you want to know more news, updates, VODs, highlights, and more, be sure to follow us on all our social media pages. That is facebook.com/phnationals, at phnationals on Twitter and Instagram, and subscribe as well to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/thenationalsph. Ngayon, talagang nararamdaman na natin na pa-intense yung ating nagiging draft picks, and we are really looking forward to see who are the last few players, to be exact, last 5 players na ipipick up dito sa ating draft picks. So don't go away. This is the Nationals Call of Duty Mobile Philippine Open, and we'll be right back.
Ako si Jan Christopher Nama. Ang IGN ko ay NAMS.
My name is Adrian Lawrence Torres. Yung IGN ko is unknown.
My name is Simon Peter Passion. In-game name is Monsi.
I'm Bon Rafael M. Leonor. IGN ko is Bonito.
Hello everyone, my name is Mark Constantine Damasco. Ang IGN ko is Mako.
Hello, ako si Latrell Gameo Militsala. Ang IGN ko is Trelgad. Ang team ko is Dasig. Ang role ko po is Anchor.
Ang role ko ay support OBJ.
Support Slayer.
Slayer OBJ.
Ang role ko is OBJ mid.
Support OBJ.
Naghahanap ng players yung school ng FE Tech for CODM.
Try out talaga to. School team talaga kami. 3 pa lang talaga kaming original na magkakasama dito. Si Unknown, si Monsi, tapos parang nag-tournament sa buong Pilipinas sa mga universities. Ni-recruit namin si Bonito. Tapos sumunod na sila Trell, pati si Mako.
Hindi ko talaga trip mag-try out. Parang hindi ko talaga siya gusto. Nag-sign up lang ako, parang as a trip lang. Nagulat na lang ako na natanggap ako dun sa team.
Bigla lang po may nag-PM sa akin na classmate ko if want ko daw po mag-tryout dito. Nag-tryout po ako and napili po ako, isa po ako sa pili.
Lahat po kami is from FEU Tech po. Nabuo po kami last year. Mga nag-tryout po kami sa school namin and kami po yung napili.
Schoolmate ko si Unknown, na-disband yung team ko. Tinatanong ko kung kulang sila ng isa, kung kaya pa ba, Tapos doon na po nagsimula.
Sa clan ko po sila. Nung nalaman po nung isang player nila na sa FPU din po papasok, sinabihan niya po ako na mag-tryout po ako dun sa team.
So yung most memorable moment ko is yung winning game namin sa semifinals para makapasok dun sa
Conquest po, yung LAN tournament.
Ng Akad Arena, all games.
Sobrang memorable po nun kasi po wala pong nag-expect talaga sa amin na kami yung mapapasok sa finals. Wala pa po kaming 6 months na nabuo as a team. Natalo po namin yung mga ibang university na matatagal na magkaka-team. And yung iba po doon may pro player pa. And kami po lahat amateur.
Actually, yung ina-idolize ko na pro player is nag-quit na ng CODM Si OMGJC po. Ginaya ko na po yung mga HUD, yung sensi niya.
Si Heaven yung idol ko.
Meron po kayo na-idolize which is si Crush po. Si NRX Crush.
Si NRX Hydra po.
Hydra po. From NRX.
Ang ina-idolize ko na CODM player, Whoopi po talaga. If given a chance, mas gusto kong makalaban yung idol ko na si Whoopi.
I would like to battle against him.
Gusto ko po siya makalaban kasi po
mas gusto ko siguro siyang kalaban. Mas matcha-challenge ako kapag mas malakas yung kalaban.
Lumalabas po yung potential ko kapag po mas malakas yung kalaban.
Gusto ko po siya makalaban, at the same time gusto ko rin po maging kakampi.
If madraft man ako sa drafting day, ang message ko lang sa team is
I will try my best po.
Gagawin ko naman po lahat ng makakaya ko.
Mas gagalingan ko pa pag na-draft ako. Mas igagrind ko pa
Hindi lang skills talaga na technical, pati yung logical skills din i-share ko.
Kayo nang bahala sa spawn, ako nang bahala sa top. Team player ako.
Sa future fans,
Sa future fans ko po
Sobrang thank you kasi andyan kayo lagi para sumuporta.
Patuloy lang kayo magsuporta. Hindi lang din sa akin, kundi sa magiging team ko.
Hindi nyo ako hinayaan at ginabayan nyo ako. Hindi po ako gaganahan na maglaro kung wala kayo.
Lagi namin papatunayan sa inyo na may makikita kayong magandang laban.
Future basher ko naman, mag-bash lang din kayo ng mag-bash, mas lalakas ako dun.
Doon lumalakas yung tao.
Tuloy nyo lang yan, gagawin kong inspirasyon yan at
bash lang kayo kasi nasa pro league na ako.
My name is Carl Justin Pascual. My JN, N630. My team, Divinity N6. My role is Anchor. Pinili ko po ang role na Anchor kasi na-inspire ako kay Idol Idra.
Pangalan ko po, John Robert Miranda Aperel. IGN ko po, Long. Yung team name ko po, Tyrant Divinity N6. Tsaka po role ko, OBJ.
Hello, I'm Dave Charles Saduna. My in-game name is Dave. I'm from Tyrant N6 and my role is OBJ. Pinili ko po tong OBJ na role kasi ito po yung nakakapanalo sa laro. Yung rinikot ako na tatlo kami. Ako po, si Yolo, pati si Kurt. Rinikot kami ni Adam kasi nakahanap sila ng tatlong players na papalit dun sa tatlong nawala sa kanila.
Gusto ko po maging pro dahil na-inspire ako kay Jay-Z.
Yung most memorable ko na sa team ko is yung nakapasok kami ng nationals. Kasi nahirapan na kami pumasok sa mga ibang majors. Tulad nung sa GM di kami nakapasok. Gusto ko maging pro pero kasi
Welcome back, everyone. You're watching the Nationals Call of Duty Mobile Philippine Open Draft Series. Ngayon, nakita na natin yung first 5 rounds ng mga players na pinipick dito ng ating mga professional teams. And before we move on to the most awaited and the last round for today, makakausap muna natin ang isa na namang miyembro ng Godzulu na ngayon ay kasama na sa Happy Feet Emperors. Pepsi! Halika na. Ayan.
Hello po.
Ayan, kumusta ka naman? Mukhang nakangiti ka rin, katulad ng mga ibang kasama natin kanina. Pero ngayon, parang mas makakarinig tayo sa'yo ng ano nga ba ang mga nararamdaman mo ngayon nakasama ka na sa isang professional team?
Ano po, ginhawa po. Lalo na po nung na-draft po kay round 5, nasa isip ko pa yung baka di na ako ma-draft ganun. Na pressure po.
Oo nga, medyo parang patagal ng patagal, round 5 ka na draft, parang medyo 4 rounds ka na palang naghihintay kung madadraft ka o hindi. So, habang patagal nga ng patagal, parang medyo mas nagiging suspense, no? So, hindi ko ma-imagine kung ano yung nararamdaman ng isang player na naghihintay ngayon. Pero, maraming salamat, ginhawa ang nararamdaman mo na syempre may kasamang saya, kitang-kita naman natin yan. So, ngayon, ano yung mensahe mo rin para sa mga magiging ka-teammates mo at sa bagong team na sasalihan mo?
Let's have fun po. Manalo matalo. Mahalaga masaya tayo and yun lang po.
Ayan. So talagang ang mahalaga lang ay masaya at na-enjoy yung laro kasi lahat ang pagkapanalo at yung talagang mga pagiging committed sa laro sasama na lang din yan kapag masaya ka sa ginagawa mo. Maraming salamat. At ngayon, ano naman ang gusto mong sabihin sa mga makakalaban mo?
Good luck and may the best team win, lalo na po sa mga ka-team ko po, originalist from Godzulu. Sana po, yun, manalo po kami lahat. Yan.
So, parang lahat pa rin, kahit magkakahiwalay na kayo, ginugood luck mo pa rin at chini-cheer. So, parang napaka-close nyo, no? Close kayo ng God Zulu bago kayo magpunta dito.
Opo, syempre po.
Ayun. So, medyo may halong lungkot siguro, no, na maghihiwa-hiwalay kayo. Pero nakaka-excite na magagawa nyo ng kalabanin ng isa't isa ng kasama na sa mga pro teams na kumuha at nag-draft sa inyo today. So, congratulations ulit, Pepsi, na ngayon ay kasama na sa HFE at mag-celebrate ka na pagkatapos na ito.
Thank you po ulit.
Thank you.
Especially po sa...
Ayan, so marami na ang ating na-interview at nakasalamuha for today. Pero meron pa tayong isang makakapanayam mamaya na makukuha natin from the last round of draftees na kukunin ng ating mga professional teams ngayon. Kung kaya naman magpunta na tayo agad-agad to the last round of our draft picks and let us call on the Nationals Commissioner, Mr. Ren Vitug, to accompany us in the last round.
For the final pick of Bren E Pro, they're selecting Ronan Jesse Cervantes, also known as Ronnie Maki from PPB.
Ito yung isang player na hinihintay namin kanina pa. Nagtataka kami kung bakit hindi pa siya napipili ngayon. First pick dito sa round number 6, Ronnie Maki from the Powerpuff Boys. They're Slayer/support, pero in my opinion, siya talaga yung main Slayer, no, ng Powerpuff Boys. Kuku, what do you think of his pick-up? Kompleto na yung Bren.
Well, kompleto na yung Bren E Pro. That only means na merong 4 na lang, no, na players na dapat piliin ng other teams. However, for Ronnie Maki, one of the best players in the team of Powerpuff Boys, previously known as VVV Esports, and right now, actually nilista ko siya as one of the best players in hardpoint and control din. So hindi lang siya pang search and destroy. So he's an all-around player, and Bren E Pro basically got one of the best players out of that Powerpuff Boys team.
One of the best players talaga, and it's so curious na ngayon pa lang siya nakukuha. Ngayon pa lang siya draft ng Bren Esports. I mean, the rest of his team nakuha na. Everyone from Powerpuff Boys, even Kenshi, na didn't really play as much, was got it. But finally, all the Powerpuff Boys are in the Nationals. So, Commissioner, who's going to be our next final pick?
For the final pick of Laos Playbook Eagles, they are selecting John Christopher Nama, also known as Nams from Team Dasig.
Another one for LPE, si Nams ang napili nila from the Academy Series team Dasig. And this again, another surprising pick coming from LPE. Again, their best player was unknown, sabi nga natin, from the draft series na napanood natin. Nams naman ang napili nila. Kind of surprising, but what can you say about this player?
I'm not surprised talaga kasi Nams has shown some of the better supports, no, for Dasig. In the draft series that we saw yesterday. It's just that Dasig itself as a team may not mesh well. There are still some standout moments from them nga na na-discuss natin kanina. And yun nga, Unknown has already been picked up. Nams picked up as well. Trail God, first round hit Trail God. So ayun, 3 out of 6 for Dasig has been picked up, which is, 3-3 na sila. BLX No Mercy and Dasig, 3 members each from the academy teams gonna be going into the Nationals. Pero still, my God, Kuku, Tyrant N6 wala pa rin. We were just talking about it kanina. We were thinking na maybe,
Dave.
one person, Dave, will be able to make it into the Nationals. But with 4 slots remaining, or 3 slots actually, 3 slots remaining, Commissioner, makakapasok ba kaya siya?
For the final pick of Signal Ultra Warriors and the 29th overall pick, they select Jello Stefan Herrera, also known as Jello from RTL Esports.
Tama na din ang mga players ng RTL. Lahat nakapasok ng the Nationals. Jello being the last one picked up here for Signal Ultra Warriors. He is the hard objective for his team, no, for RTL Esports, and pinagagawa niya yung mga teammates niya, pero they saved Jello for last. Bakit kaya, Kuko?
Well, siguro sabi nga ni FDX Gaming from Blacklist International,
Oo
pagka
nga, tama.
na-pick si Jello, may mangyayari. Magpapakalbo daw, mga kaibigan. So again,
Ayun.
congratulations to Jello and sa buhok niya. Mapapakalbo na niya yung sarili niya.
Congratulations kay FDX.
Oo, kay FDX din.
Ayun, new look, new me siguro para sa kanya. Pero congratulations nga kay Jello. And you know, the rest of RTL, they've all been picked up. Waki, Young J, Jello, Freezy, Susano, and unfortunately, I think wala sa kanila magkaka-teammate ngayon.
Yeah.
No, so yet a true mix-up coming in here sa ating Nationals, but with 2 more slots remaining and 17 players pa. Dalawa na lang ang makukunin natin, Commissioner. Our last 2 picks.
For the 30th overall pick, STIU Olympians select Carl Justin Pascual, also known as Squirty from Tyrant N6.
Akala nyo lang sa keyboard nyo siya makikita. Dito din sa The Nationals Call of Duty Mobile Philippine Open. QWERTY got selected by STIE Olympians. And man, this is the first time for Tyrant N6 to get one inside the Pro League. And man, sa lahat ng pwede pang mapick, si QWERTY pa. And we were like saying na si Dave, yung maganda yung pinakita actually sa draft series. But then again, ito na siguro yung chance niya na makalaban din yung mga iniidolo niya, and actually we saw that from the commercial na iniidolo niya yung isang player ng Omega Esports.
Totoo, and ayun, may chance na siya to go up against SMO Smart Omega later on when the Nationals does start the Pro League. Pero you know, congratulations kay QWERTY, the only member so far of Tyrant N6 that has made it inside the Nationals proper, gonna be playing for STIE Olympians. And well, medyo surprising na ngayon pa lang nakapasok yung Tyrant N6, no?
Totoo yan, and that's the first player for Tyrant N6. Kanina pa natin hinahype yung team nila na wala pa rin napipili. Pero ito na yung isa sa kanila na yung mga pangarap nila ay natupad.
Oo, yung last na pangarap, may isa pang matutupad dito. Sino kaya yun? Sino ang tingin nyo, guys? Let's find out kay Commissioner Ren. Commissioner Ren, let's see it.
The final draft for the 2022 The National CODM Philippine Open is by Happy Feet Emperors, and they select Mark Alexis Olea, or Olea from WPM Low Kings.
And our very last pick, medyo kakaiba, Brother Kuku, kasi Olea is actually the coach.
The coach?
No, ng WBM West Point Mamba Low Kings. Yeah, so the coach being drafted as a player dito. Baka magiging coach din siya, baka yun din yung role niya sa Happy Feet Emperors. But what you guys need to know is that Olea did not play a single game para sa Happy Feet Emperors. Nasa sidelines lang siya, nasa likod nila, coaching. And because of that tactical ability, yung awareness niya sa map and sa strategies, pinick up siya ng Happy Feet Emperor. How do you think that's gonna turn out for Happy Feet?
Well, for Happy Feet Emperors, again, pang 6th pick nila to for this day's draft. And again, they can use Olea's mind.
Tama.
Siya yung magiging utak ng Happy Feet Emperor siguro for the squad. Looking at the lineup for Happy Feet Emperor, we have Yokwon, Susano, si Josh, si Perp, si Pepsi, and then ngayon si Olea. Again, what a nice pickup for them. para sa Happy Feet Emperor. So again, for me, he's gonna be the mind of everything for Happy Feet Emperor.
Yun, yeah, the mind will be picked last. Medyo parang baliktad ata compared to real life, you know, yung utak talaga yung dapat inuuna nyo, guys. If you're still in school, stay in school. That's what I mean. But Olea, kind of a surprise pick, no, for the last one kasi madami pang, you know, there's still a lot of talent remaining. I mean, Doc
Genos?
Hayes, Genos, who else we got? Wadu, I
Wadu,
believe,
yeah.
hindi na na-pick. And pero other than those three players, I feel like lahat ng expected natin na nakapasok na.
Totoo yan. And bagong lahat, G10, again, that's the final pick of this day's
Yes.
draft. We're gonna go back to Brigida.
Hanggang dulo, full of surprises yung mga nakita natin dito for the last round of our draft pick. And again, we've seen a lot of surprises, but one is also Olea here. The sixth man actually dito, kaya napili din siya. And it seems like this will mark the end of our draft pick. The last 5 picks na kinuha ng ating professional teams are here right now on your screens, and these will be the players to complete their respective lineups. So congratulations to all these players, and definitely ito yung parang pinaka nakakakabang round na kapag ka dito ka natawag, you would feel talagang yung sobrang relief kasi you've been waiting for all the first 5 rounds just to be called in the last round, and I guess that's what makes it all the more sweet. So kaya may isa tayong makakausap rin dyan mamaya, pero before we go into that, we will throw this into a short break.
I'm Lian Curtino, also known as C8 Z-Man.
I'm Ryan Galza, also known as C8 Docface.
I'm Kyle Galve, IGN C8 Wadu.
Ako po pala si Joshua Edem, also known as C8 Josh.
My name is Sebastian Gertzi Victoria, also known as C8 Zunix.
My name is Luis Bernasol, and my IGN is C8 Genas from C8 Apathy.
C8 Apathy.
C8 Apathy.
C8 Apathy.
C8 Apathy po.
Before po mabuo yung C8 Apathy, nasa J1 Scenic po ako. Kasama ko po si Josh and Wadu.
Hindi po kasi maganda yung performance po ng team namin nun.
Medyo nag-alabo-labo na po yung team namin. Ayun po, napag-desisyonan po namin tatlo na bumuo na lang. Nakausap po namin si Genos and si Zonex.
Sa past team po namin, nag-decide po kami ni Janos mag-leave po ng team.
Nagkalabon po yung dalawang team, yung kila Ziman po and sa amin. Tapos nag-chat po siya if bubuo po ba kami ng team. Sabi ko po, okay lang po kasi po may problem na rin po sa team namin.
Nalaman ko na naghahanap ng player yung Apathy. Tapos inisip ko kung kaya ko pa ba maglaro. Kaya tinanong ko sila, gusto nila ako i-try. I mean, sumama ako sa kanila.
Yung most memorable moment ko po kasama yung team ko po is nung nakapasok po kami sa Garena Youth Challengers Season 2.
Garena Youth Challengers 2, yung kalaban po namin yung BBB Esport. 2-1 na po yung score nun sa control. 1-1 na lang po yung buhay. Hindi po namin alam kung sino yung nanalo nun. Bigla na lang sumigaw si Zunex na nice one. Tapos yun pala, kalaban po pala yung nanalo. Na-hype po kami, nawala yung parang pressure, natawa po kami.
Ang most memorable po yung GM3. Pinaghirapan po namin ma-qualify yun. After ilang hours, sinabi po sa amin ng admin na disqualified po kami dahil po sa mga age restriction po.
Yung message ko po sa future team ko is bibigyan ko pa po ng dedication and mas magpo-focus po ako sa pagpa-practice.
Mas ito-prove ko pa sa kanila na hindi sayang yung pag-craft nila sa akin.
Pagpuputihin ko po mag-practice at mag-practice.
Magbabatak pa po ako sobra and mag-focus pa po ako lalo.
Yung mga message ko sa future fans na
Owen.
OG po kami talaga ng isa kong kakampi na yung name niya po is Eski. Tapos
Nagkawatak-watak after nung Philippine Championship tsaka after nung CGI.
hanggang sa nagkawatak-watak po kami. Kasi po, umalis na yung iba, nakuha na po sa ibang team. So, naiwan na lang po kami dalawa nung Eski. So naghanap po kami ng pamalit. Sila po yung nahanap namin. Tapos yung Power Pop Boys po, gawa-gawa lang po namin.
Nung una, tinry na nila ako sa first tour na ng BYC. Nung nagpangalawang youth, then Garena Master Street, tinry nila uli ako, then nag-fit naman ako, then yun, napasok na ako sa team.
After Gariana Masters 3, my former team, C8 United, disbanded, but I was then recruited by our coach, Mac. I got into the team.
Dapat po talaga magko-quit code na po ako since nag-disband po yung former team ko. Former teammate ko rin po to si Joshua. Hinatak niya po ako since kinuha po siya sa Powerpuff Boys.
The pro player I idolize is Luffy from the Mambalo Kings. He was actually my former teammate in NV Prime.
Na-idolize kong pro player, is
Scared ng Blacklist.
Pro player na ina-idolize ko, si Skirt din, former teammate ko. Kasi malakas, humble, maano yung game sense niya sa game.
Indonesia po si Clove po. Masarap po siya panoorin kasi consistent din po siya mag-Slayer. Kaya ko rin po siya naging idol kasi ka-role ko siya or Slayer.
Kung papapiliin po ako, mas gugustuhin ko pong kalaban po siya.
I think I would want him to be my enemy.
Para sa akin po, mas gusto ko pa rin po maging kalaban siya.
Kalaban na lang?
Gusto ko siya maging kalaban kasi
masarap po talaga sa pakiramdam pag nakakalaban mo yung idol mo, mas gaganahan ka po
It will motivate me to play even better.
Iba po yung feeling kapag natatalo nyo po yung idol nyo.
Kasi siya nakampi ko na Gusto ko naman siya matalo.
To my future teammates,
gagalingan ko tsaka
magpapalakas ako.
Sana magtuloy-tuloy lang and walang mag-give up.
Sana mag-champion tayo.
Yun, good luck sa amin.
masasabi ko sa future fans ko,
if ever man mag-support kayo,
salamat kung nakikilala ko nung iba.
Tuloy-tuloy lang. Tapos sa future bashers ko naman, thank you rin.
Anything that you say will be used as motivation by me.
Tuloy lang sa pagbabash.
Sa mga magiging supporters ko, thank you. Sa mga magiging bashers ko, thank you din.
This is the Call of Duty Mobile Philippine Open 2022, powered by the Nationals. We're headed to a draft series of our tournament, and so far, we have found some of the best players vying for a spot in our Pro League. Here's what to expect in the next stages of competition. The draft series will consist of 6 teams that advance from the Challenger Series and 2 teams that advance from the Academy Series. The 8 teams will battle it out for the opportunity to be scouted by the Nationals professional teams. They will be split into 2 groups and play in double elimination tournament across both days in best of 3 games, with the group finals to be played in a best of 5 format, with the upper bracket team having a 1-0 advantage. At the end of the exhibition, the 6 professional teams from the Nationals will draft their players of their choosing from the draft series teams according to their roster requirements. Once the Nationals professional teams have drafted and filled their rosters, the 6 teams will then battle it out in our Pro League. Starting with the play-ins, a 6-team round robin will be played with best of 3 matches. The top 5 teams will be decided by their win-loss record and will advance to the group stage. The 5-team group stage will then be played in a round robin of best of 3 games. The 5 teams will then be ranked according to their win-loss record to determine their bracket and the playoffs. The top 2 teams will advance to the upper bracket, while the other 2 teams will be placed in the lower bracket. The playoffs will be a double elimination with best of 3 games. In the end, the grand finals will be a best of 5 to determine which team will be our Call of Duty Open 2022 champion. To learn more about the Call
Welcome back once again to the Nationals Call of Duty Mobile Philippine Open Draft Series. What a day it has been indeed, full of surprises and full of happy, smiling faces dito sa mga mukha ng mga players na napili finally at na unti-unti nang naaabot yung kanilang mga pangarap dito sa The Nationals. And with that, medyo babalik tayo sa ating sinimulan dahil may makakausap tayo na nagmula sa first round dito. The first pick ng Signal Ultra Warriors, none other than Dasig Trelgod. Hello, Trelgod.
Hello po.
Gustong gusto ko yung background mo. talagang mapapa-focus lang kami sa'yo dahil ikaw lang ang aming nakikita dito sa camera. Pero congratulations once again. Medyo kanina pa siguro yung saya mo kasi kanina ka pa napili syempre. Pero mukhang hanggang ngayon naman dala-dala mo pa din siya. So, anong nararamdaman mo? Kasi ikaw yung unang napili ng Signal Ultra Warriors and at the same time, nakaka-proud kasi isa rin ako sa mga kasama niyan. Ikaw yung unang player ng ACAD na kasama na dito ngayon sa The National. So, ano nararamdaman mo?
Sobrang saya po kasi po after po ng tagal ko sa COD, nakapag-pro player na po ako ngayon.
Ayun, nakakatuwa.
Tagal po ng grind ko.
Dala mo yung pangalan ng yung former team as well as ng ACAD Arena. So,
Opo.
congratulations sa'yo rito na ngayon kasama sa Signal Ultra Warriors. Ano naman ang gusto mong mensahe para dito sa organization and sa future teammates na makakasama mo?
Ano po, sa future teammates ko po is good luck po sa atin sa The Nationals and yun lang po, good luck po sa amin.
Ayan, no? Sana
Good luck po sa amin.
makilala mo pa sila, magka-bonding mo rin sila dahil
Mga idol ko naman po yun.
kilala mo. Okay, mga idol mo naman pala talaga sila. Ikaw paniguradong magiging isang kapani-panabik na addition sa kanilang lineup dito. And magiging exciting din yung pagtatapat nyo ng mga former teammates mo. Kung kaya ano naman ang gusto mong iparating o sabihin dito sa mga former teammates mo or dito sa mga dating kakilala mo na ngayon ay makakalaban mo na nasa pro team din.
Sa mga kalaban po namin, good luck po sa atin. Especially po kay Nams tsaka po kay Unknown. Tas ano po, shoutout din po sa buong Dasig.
Yan. So, talagang kino-congratulate mo rin naman lahat and good luck mo lahat.
Oh.
So, talagang congratulations din sa inyo and nakaka-excite na makita kung paano kayo magtatapat-tapat in the coming tournaments dito sa The Nationals. Pero bago ang lahat ng yan, bago yung patuloy na training at yung araw-araw yung mga scrimmages, magse-celebrate ka muna at magpapahinga. So, congratulations, Trelgod, and maraming salamat.
Thank you po, thank you.
And that will be the last player na makakasama natin for today. Talagang sobrang nakakatuwa na umabot tayo dito, na marami tayong na-witness na umabot dito sa puntong ito after such a long journey dito sa The Nationals. Talagang nagawa nilang umabot dito hanggang dulo at madraft sa kani-kanilang mga pinapangarap na team. So G10 and Kuku TV, ano yung parang mga gusto nyong sabihin bago tayo umalis para sa lahat ng mga players natin and sa lahat din ng viewers na talagang kitang-kita natin yung support nila para sa mga pambato nila sa comment section.
Oo nga si Brigida nga yung number 1 draft pick ng mga viewers natin. Balita ko at least sa comments.
Totoo yan. Actually, nabasa ko yan sa live comment section. Brigida daw, number 1 pick ng mga viewers. Pero speaking of number 1 pick, Yope 1. Pangalan pa lang ni Yope 1, di ba?
Yes,
Nandun number 1 mga kaibigan, and it ended up with Olea. And by the way, Olea, he's the coach of West Point Mamba Low Kings, but he's actually the 6th player of West Point Mamba Low Kings, and that's why he got picked in this draft day.
Tama, he was listed as the 6th player, kaya yung Happy Feet Emperors, they took that advantage and they took him as well. Pero from round 1 pa lang, these were our picks. Yope 1, yun nga, sinabi nga namin. And he is one of the best players that HFE could have asked for. PJ, Young, J. Trelgud, and Dimors follow, and then Luffy, yung last pick dito para sa Bren. And most of these are from West Point Mamba.
Totoo yan. In the second round naman, Bren ePro selects Waki, Kalo naman for LPE, CUW for Kenshi naman, Virus, SEO, and then HFE, which will be Susano.
Yeah. So many great players drafted in round 2 pa lang, but still mostly WPM Low Kings. Pero ito na, medyo in round 3, medyo nag-shake up na. So we had Josh from C8, Apathy, Aishi, Owen, Joshua, and Z-Man were also picked up. So ang daming from the second draft series day.
And for round 4, we have Jess coming in, and we have Shifra, Ipao, Heist, and then Perp. So it's a combination of a different team, and then yung Godzulu.
Tama. And Perp yung medyo we were confused about, but I feel like HFE has a plan for that. Speaking of HFE, they did pick up Pepsi, another one to the name sa team nila in round 5. Yako, Zunex, Unknown, and Freezy din mga pick up dito sa ating second to the last round.
And then for the last round, we have Ronnie Mackie na surprisingly na pick siya sa 6th round. We were expecting him to be drafted around 2nd or maybe 3rd. But again, we have also Jello, Nams, Qwerty, And then we have Olea. And then, again, the unexpected one would be coming in, which is the QWERTY.
Yeah.
And we were expecting a different name, which was Dave from Tyrant N6.
Yeah. So with all of that being said, I think we have some really, really strong teams here in Kuku.
Yeah, definitely. And actually, kaninang break, we were like talking about sino nga ba yung mga malalakas na teams out of all of these esports teams na meron tayo. We have yung SMO, which is a Smart Omega. Again, given na yan, you know?
Yes.
I mean,
medyo, we're not gonna talk about them too much. They did pick up Young Jay, pero they're mostly a full form team. So I think Kuku, may iba tayo sa power ranking at
Totoo
least
yan.
for teams na to.
For me, the best team na nabuo dito would be yung Signal Ultra Warriors. Ikaw?
Interesting. So, sa'yo for Signal Ultra Warriors, I think I'm gonna go with the #1 team, the team with the most ones. It's Happy Feet Empress. They got Yop 1, they got Peps 1, or Pepsi, and of course, nakuha din nila yung coach na si Olea from WPM Loking. So, I feel like that composition has a lot of potential, at least once the season goes on.
Totoo yan. And actually, they also selected yung player na si Susano, which was actually in my list, best players, top 1 to 5. He's actually the best player, in my opinion, in my list. So again, Happy Feet Emperor also would be probably my second team beside ng Signal Ultra Warriors. So it's gonna be interesting for the Pro Leagues actually, G10.
Exactly. I'm very excited na matuklasan yung mga games natin sa Pro Leagues. But Brigida, what do you think about everything that's transpired?
I actually agree with you na marami tayo naging unexpected picks na medyo inexpect natin in this particular round pero lumabas dito sa round na to, which I think made our viewers all the more nervous talaga doon sa ating comment section. And kitang-kita natin yun. Maraming mga nag-aabang, maraming mga naghihintay.
May mga kalbo dyan.
Oh. Pero feeling ko rin, napakarami ang naging fulfilled dito sa ating mga supporters and as well as the players because they are finally given the chance to call themselves official professional players. For more news, updates, VODs, highlights, and more, if you want to check it out dito sa The Nationals, be sure to follow all our social media. That's facebook.com/PHNationals, at PHNationals on Twitter and Instagram, and subscribe as well to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/TheNationalsPH. Here ends our day, our draft day of the Nationals Call of Duty Mobile Philippine Open. Thank you so much to all the viewers for all the support, and dahil na-witness natin sama-sama dito how our players finally are able to take their first step into becoming a pro player. Grabe naman yung mga puso dito na binibigay nila G10 and Kuku. Pero catch these players na na-witness nyo sa draft today. Battle it out in the Pro League starting September 22 this year and every weekends na yan. So napakarami pa nating aabangan na kung saan makikita na natin itong mga players na to. So we'll see how they will put all their excitement into play as official members of their respective rosters. So maraming salamat once again. We'll see you again sa Pro League natin. This has been the Nationals Call of Duty Mobile Philippine Open Draft Series.
This is the Call of Duty Mobile Philippine Open 2022, powered by the Nationals. We're headed to a draft series of our tournament, and so far, we have found some of the best players vying for a spot in our Pro League. Here's what to expect in the next stages of competition. The draft series will consist of 6 teams that advance from the Challenger Series and 2 teams that advance from the Academy Series. The A teams will battle it out for the opportunity to be scouted by the Nationals professional teams. They will be split into 2 groups and play in double elimination tournament across both days in best of 3 games, with the group finals to be played in a best of 5 format, with the upper bracket team having a 1-0 advantage. At the end of the exhibition, the 6 professional teams from the Nationals will draft their players of their choosing from the draft series teams according to their roster requirements. Once the Nationals professional teams have drafted and filled their rosters, the 6 teams will then battle it out in our Pro League. Starting with the play-ins, a 6-team round-robin will be played with best-of-3 matches. The top 5 teams will be decided by their win-loss record and will advance to the group stage. The 5-team group stage will then be played in a round-robin of best-of-3 games. The 5 teams will then be ranked according to their win-loss record to determine their bracket and the playoffs. The top 2 teams will advance to the upper bracket, while the other 2 teams will be placed in the lower bracket. The playoffs will be a double elimination with best-of-3 games. In the end, the grand finals will be a best-of-5 to determine which team will be our Call of Duty Open 2022 champion. To learn more about the Call of Duty Philippine Open powered by the Nationals, like PH Nationals on Facebook and other socials to stay up to date on the league. Good luck to all our players and teams, and see you on stream.
Enemy down.
Ako si John Christopher Nama. Ang IGN ko ay NAMS.
My name is Adrian Lawrence Torres. Yung IGN ko is unknown.
My name is Simon Peter Passion. In-game name is Monsi.
I'm Bon Rafael M. Leonor. IGN ko is Bonito.
Hello everyone, my name is Mark Constantine Damasco. Ang IGN ko is Mako.
Hello, ako si Latrell Gameo Militsala. Ang IGN ko is Trelgad. Ang team ko is Dasig. Ang role ko po is Anchor.
Ang role ko ay Support OBJ.
Support Slayer.
Slayer OBJ.
Ang role ko is OBJ Mid.
Support OBJ.
Naghahanap ng players yung school ng FEU Tech for CODM.
Try out talaga to. School team talaga kami. 3 pa lang talaga kaming original na magkakasama dito. Si Unknown, si Monsi, tapos parang nag-tournament sa buong Pilipinas sa mga universities. Ni-recruit namin si Bonito. Tapos sumunod na sila Trel, pati si Mako.
Hindi ko talaga trip mag-try out. Parang hindi ko talaga siya gusto. Nag-sign up lang ako, parang as a trip lang. Nagulat na lang ako na natanggap ako dun sa team.
Bigla lang po may nag-PM sa akin na classmate ko if want ko daw po mag-try out dito. Nag-try out po ako and napili po ako, isa po ako sa pili.
Lahat po kami is from FEU Tech po. Nabuo po kami last year. Mga nag-try out po kami sa school namin and kami po yung napili.
Schoolmate ko si Unknown, na-disband yung team ko. Tinatanong ko kung kulang sila ng isa, kung kaya pa ba, Tapos doon na po nagsimula.
Sa clan ko po sila. Nung nalaman po nung isang player nila na sa FEU din po papasok, sinabihan niya po ako na mag-try out po ako dun sa team.
So yung most memorable moment ko is yung winning game namin sa semifinals para makapasok dun sa
Conquest po, yung LAN tournament.
Ng Akad Arena, all games.
Sobrang memorable po nun kasi po wala pong nag-expect talaga sa amin na kami yung mapapasok sa finals. Wala pa po kaming 6 months na nabuo as a team. Natalo po namin yung mga ibang university na matatagal na magkaka-team. And yung iba po doon may pro player pa. And kami po lahat amateur.
Actually, yung ina-idolize ko na pro player is nag-quit na ng CODM eh. Si OMGJC po. Ginaya ko na po yung mga HUD, yung sensi niya.
Si Heaven yung idol ko.
Meron po kayo na-idolize which is si Crush po. Si NRX Crush.
Si NRX Hydra po.
Hydra po. From NRX.
Ang ina-idolize ko na CODM player, Whoopi po talaga. If given a chance, mas gusto kong makalaban yung idol ko na si Whoopi.
I would like to battle against him.
Gusto ko po siya makalaban kasi po
Mas gusto ko siguro siyang kalaban. Mas matcha-challenge ako kapag mas malakas yung kalaban.
Lumalabas po yung potential ko kapag po mas malakas yung kalaban.
Gusto ko po siya makalaban at the same time gusto ko rin po maging kakampi.
If madraft man ako sa drafting day, ang message ko lang sa team is
I will try my best po.
Gagawin ko naman po lahat ng makakaya ko.
Mas gagalingan ko pa pag na-draft ako. Mas igagrind ko pa.
Hindi lang skills talaga na technical, pati yung logical skills din ma-i-share ko.
Kayo nang bahala sa spawn, ako nang bahala sa top. Team player ako.
Sa future fans,
sa future fans ko po
sobrang thank you kasi andyan kayo lagi para sumuporta.
Patuloy lang kayo magsuporta. Hindi lang din sa akin, kundi sa magiging team ko.
Hindi nyo ako hinayaan at ginabayan nyo ako.
Hindi po ako gaganahan na maglaro kung wala kayo.
Lagi namin papatunayan sa inyo na may makikita kayong magandang laban.
future basher ko naman, mag-bash lang din kayo ng mag-bash, mas lalakas ako dun.
Doon lumalakas ng tao.
Tuloy nyo lang yan. Gagawin kong inspirasyon yan at
Bash lang kayo kasi nasa Pro League na ako.
Hello, my name is Stephen Achenko. My IGN is Heis from BLX No Mercy.
Hi, my name is Clark Justin De La Cruz. Ang IGN ko po ay BLX Jess.
My name is Luis Andre Contreras Pablo, as known as BLX Sky, and my current team is BLX No Mercy.
KG Vincenzo Deza, also known as Labzu.
My name is Vigo Monte Alto. My IGN is Eagle.
And my role is Hero BJ.
Ang role ko po ay Slayer.
And my role is support po.
My role is support.
Anchor.
Nung una po, meron po kasi kaming school team po. Naging ka-teammate ko po si Heis. Doon po niya po ako ni-recruit sa kanyang team po. Tsaka kaya po ako nakasama sa team nila.
Na-recruit po ako nung yung TC po talaga namin kaso po wala po siya sa lineup ngayon.
Actually, I was in this team for like 3 months ago, and I left the team because I was joining a tournament here in Cebu. We disbanded, and that's when he gave me an opportunity to come back.